Ooh, con.
Hello, everybody! Welcome to another episode of World of Orlea! Good morning indeed! The energy at the table is fantastic because we've took a small break, so everybody's been chatting non-stop. It's fantastic.
It's delightful. We have got nothing done.
For the past hour, we've done nothing productive, and that's D&D in a nutshell.
We did find out, however, we like jazz.
We like jazz. You like jazz? You like jazz? I like jazz.
I like jazz.
So, this week on our wonderful World of Orlea episode, what are we up to?
We're listening to jazz.
We're listening to jazz.
The main quest.
We're following the main
Finally.
quest. That doesn't sound like us.
Okay, so realistically, I think I'm going to use a journey to the centre of the earth for an ether.
Amazing. So, I'll bring out the maps I didn't prepare for a journey to the
Good.
centre of the earth.
Good.
I'll quickly generate those in AI. I'm sure that'll be fine.
Quick guys,
Um,
let's go to the
Quick guys, load up ChatGPT for the rest of the adventure.
No, we don't
No.
promote AI.
Real.
Fuck it.
We don't promote
we don't
AI
promote
unless
AI.
it's good.
No, it's not.
Unless it's good.
No. It's a table full of artists. None of us like AI.
Yes. Shit.
And I want to be a storyteller, and ChatGPT's coming after my job too. So, to recap, should we take it away, Staniel?
Wait, is Orlea round? I need to know if it's a flat Earth or not.
There are
There would be no Underdark.
there are groups of people that do believe that the Earth is flat,
Okay.
but it has been proven in a multitude of ways to be round. It is a globe.
Wait, are they still believe that?
Yes, you've seen visions of the Earth as a globe.
Nah, that's flat.
So there is a lot of
Looking
people.
down on it.
There is a lot of people that believe that there's some sort of dome over the top that just encompasses the entire thing.
Oh, in the free world.
Yeah, like the real world. Almost based on our Earth, they kind of believe that the real Earth mimics
Surely
the
these
world of Orlea.
people are, like, below average. You know,
Oh yeah, of course.
not
Well, some of them
Well.
are, but some of them are surprisingly in figures of like key authority figures.
That's
Yeah,
wild.
Really surprisingly,
What
so
who would ever do such a
some like
Yeah.
really important
Oh, you really
elected
played into the
officials.
whole fantasy world.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I really thought of
Yes, how
the
could that happen?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, good.
Wouldn't be us. So, Staniel, take it away.
So, well, that breakdown happens. Last week, Santa woke up from poison and then went shopping because it was a very special day for him.
It was
Aw.
indeed, and still
And
is.
still is.
That's who.
So Stan went shop for the past 2 weeks. It's been Stan's birthday.
No, you're breaking the fourth wall.
Ah.
So,
It's actually going to make no sense because we record it, so they're not going to...
Yeah, they're not going to know of the gap.
There's been a gap, but they...
there has been a gap. So, we obviously naturally went shop for Stan's birthday. After Maltera. We get I think there are quite possibly doppelgangers, maybe people wearing disguises. Could just be them, but we don't know. So we're gonna go check that out. And Stan has got an upgrade. He's got treats. Treats. So we're having a little look around.
Staniel, you're being interrupted during your
Great googly moogle.
During your
That is
speech.
disgusting behaviour.
Wow.
I shan't say.
On his birthday.
Honest.
Guys,
On
during
Pride
Pride
Month.
Month,
During Pride Month.
come on.
Wow.
It's not me anymore.
Stan's birthday is Pride Day.
Oh my god.
The parade is for him.
Sorry,
It's just
continue.
so funny.
Continue, Stan. I
Stan being
apologize.
proud of being Stan.
Ugh,
As you should.
continue, Staniel.
sorry.
Some people don't enjoy your recaps, but I do.
Some people don't like jazz. Not very cheese and crackers of you, I
They
will
probably
say.
believe the earth is flat.
Guys!
Yeah, everybody that interrupts the next part of the intro is definitely a flat earther.
You doing alright there?
You want to speak so bad.
So, since Alcantara very well might be the imposters, traitors, and shenanigans such as the flat earthers that may or may not be real or right, we're gonna have a little scope around the situation, see what's going on. Captain Bigman and Captain Littleman.
General
Sorry,
Smallman.
Great googly moogly, it's all gone to shit. How can I run this? Anyway. We're shenaniganizing, we're going around, we're having a look-see. They might be dead, but realistically, I don't think so. Stan is gonna absolutely show up, absolutely demolish Oscar's worldview as he's better than him in every way by surviving worse accidents. Are you okay?
Keep going.
So we're gonna have a look-see. See how things are going. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the intro done. My recap.
It is indeed.
Finally!
No wonder your laptop can
Personally, I like the little bit where you turn into Winston Churchill in the middle, where he just goes.
Did you see the Boris Johnson demonic thing I'll show you after?
No, what the fuck does that
Absolutely sounds fantastic. Show us after. But yes, everybody strap in for a wonderful episode. A shopping episode, some may say.
No.
Yay! We love shopping!
Beach episode!
Mike, welcome to the beach.
Our camera pans in on...
I thought you were going to say it just died.
No.
Yes!
Our camera.
Our point of view camera turns into
Oh my god.
A bat.
a bat. And then it flies off and we continue the adventure elsewhere. Strad! No!
No!
What are you doing?
We go to the Barovian Mitch.
Guys, it's been so long since we played.
It's been too long, some may say.
Show the Boris Johnson.
Okay, so as we rejoin our heroes, passing through the crowded streets of the inner city, the Fist of Titan's Fist, the Char Cliffs being the destination, looking for Arvil's home. I believe that this is Tiso, Brochan, and Soren making their way down there. Making their way. And then with Stan and Needle just wrapping up their shop, we've got like camera split view of the sort of heist music in the background where it's like you guys heroically walking down the street to find your destination, and then it's just like elevator music with just like this book's worth an extra penny.
Come on!
This book's worth at least an extra penny.
Come on!
I
What
forgot,
else? No one used it anyway.
I forgot what it was they were doing at the bookshop. Oh, my
Oh, we were
God.
getting
Yeah.
messages sent in our brain because you said to send messages.
Yeah.
So,
Oh god.
you guys leave the bookshop. Successful or not with your mission does not matter. You got the gold that you needed. Some of it anyway. And we meld time just a little bit to when you all come together through some reason or another. All of you find the Charcliff residence at the same time.
Huge.
You okay?
Are you thinking of Boris Johnson again?
D, get it together.
You deserve better. You deserve better.
Oh my
You
god.
need to take a
Do we need a break?
Take a minute before
Just bring it brought to you by Borsha.
this break is
This break brought to you by British Intelligence.
This is fine.
Okay. I don't believe that it's fine, but I will continue.
This is also my reaction to Boris Johnson. It's okay. He incites tears.
I bet he likes jazz.
I bet he doesn't like jazz.
Wow. I bet he doesn't even like sauce. Anyway,
Oh, no.
moving on.
Smashed it.
No, it's off camera.
No.
Move on.
Yes,
So-
Or
Not quite Arville. You reach Arville's residence, which is, as you can all see simultaneously, as you all arrive simultaneously, for some strange warped dimension, you all pass through to get there just as quickly as the rest of the party,
Yay.
Well, that's crazy.
for the sake of brevity.
Excellent.
So, what you see before you is a large, towering manor house. You see easily four stories tall, with a huge wrought iron gate all the way around. Not just gate, fence all the way around. Basically, this would remind you much more of some sort of compound, a military compound, as opposed to wrought iron, as in cold forged.
Okay.
Basically, have you ever seen old houses with those black metal things. It's that, but in modern
like
times.
Baldur's Gate is a thing
Yes.
with the-
Yeah.
in the-
And in modern times, you would paint that black, but the original process basically left residue of black rust on top, and it's just weatherproofing essentially. It denotes that whoever has done it has enough money to both make this out of metal and make it weatherproof. Along the sides, you can see guards all patrolling, all in the uniform of the Titan's Fist. Hello?
It's
Don't
me.
question anything that happens to my
Okay.
face for the next 15 minutes.
No problem.
We'll just keep
No problem at all.
intrusive Johnson thoughts.
Intrusive Johnsons.
Yes.
He's suffering from the old intrusive Johnson.
You don't need Johnson.
You just don't need an intrusive Johnson.
Next D&D character.
Intrusive Johnson.
My name is Intrusive Johnson.
The name's intrusive. Intrusive Johnson. Oh god, the
Actually,
map's
no.
gone. Anyway,
Yes.
we rejoin again for the 15th time. As the
It's been a
characters
while.
all gather,
Around board.
seeing this compound in front of them. You can see that the gates are open currently. This is not in any kind of lockdown state. And you can also see that the front doors are manned by 2 guards with one of the double doors open, as if inviting guests within.
That's fine.
Do we go in?
Yeah.
Well, we were sent by General Smallman. Like he did say, okay, cool. You go and speak to him because he's probably
Well,
the only one who will know.
As a reminder, he said he was going to pass things up the chain
Oh right, okay.
to essentially check out to see if Oscar and Maltera were in town. But separately from that, you all heard that some of the more important and powerful people were staying in his private residence.
Right, yeah.
So you kind of deduced that, given the status of Oscar and Maltera,
Because they were asked here.
they were asked
They were
here.
asked here.
They were asked here by personal invitation of him.
Yeah.
They are not just the adventurers gathering in the hopes that there will be an assignment. They are part of the people who are part of the plan, the solution.
We should probably try and make sure we're not announced to these people in case they are imposters. So
Why?
avoid
I
telling
think-
them we're looking for. Well,
We should pretend that we are more involved in the guild than we are and see if they pick up on it.
In Oscar's guild.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because if they don't know the details of like our membership to the guild, it could be useful in this situation.
That's true.
We could trick them a little bit.
Unless it is actually Oscar and Maltera, and then they'll just.
If
be
it is,
confused.
they'll say we're with them.
Yeah, but
That's a
exactly.
big
Like
goof.
at worst, they won't. Like they know us, they won't care.
How do we go about doing that? Because we don't have anything that would tie us to the guild other than their names, do we?
Make me a history check.
Okay.
Me too.
Oh, you
If you want.
fucking kidding me?
That's
Amazing.
a 4 from me. So
That dice has
Tell
rolled
me.
nothing but nat 20s all morning, and the first time in game it's rolled a 3.
No horrible.
-1.
It's
a
the
2.
Thorin
5
effect.
for me.
It's the Thorin effect.
I would also like to try.
No problem. Everyone can feel
Nat
free to
20.
try.
Oh.
Nat 20.
Fuck you.
No one else needs to try. On a nat 20, you know that the Giant's Hammer is the name of the guild, and you know that there is a membership denotation. Most of them carry with them a seal that is essentially just a pressed piece of metal with the symbol of the Giant's Hammer on it. Basically, as just like a membership token.
Cool.
We don't have one of those, do we?
No. However, they are not a complicated thing. They are designed to be mass produced and probably they're designed to be non-valuable so that if you break it, lose it, you can go back and, presuming you are still paying your membership fees, get a new one.
We're just looking around. You said there was people wearing Titan's Fist uniform. Are we seeing anyone?
Yeah, so you can see that there are guards wearing what is essentially half plate
Yeah.
with white clothing and red accents.
Are we seeing anyone wearing? Is it Giant's Hammer or Titan's Hammer?
So Giant's Hammer is the guild
Yeah,
of
also
Oscar.
got- Yeah. Anyone wearing that uniform or
You've
symbol?
never seen any kind of uniform. Like, remembering how everyone was when they were in the guild headquarters when you first met them, everyone was dressed completely in their own unique way. Like, the guild wasn't an army, it was adventuring guild. So to denote that people must all look the same would be one of those things of like, well, I'm a fighter, I'm a wizard, so how can we
Yeah.
middle ground what's going on here? If I wear full plate, it'll be ridiculous, but if you don't wear full plate, your whole fighting style needs to change.
Okay, that makes sense.
So there is no specific denotation of what the Giant's Hammer would look like.
Okay, well, how about we kind of need to speak to Arvil in a big way because we need to warn him, but also, what if there's issues with him as well? I don't know. I think that the other campaign is leaking into my brain.
Do you know what the seal looks like?
You know what the symbol looks like, and Brocan rolled a nat 20, so you definitely know.
Okay. I could.
The Giant's Hammer is just a hammer being wielded by a hand. Like, it is just someone grasping a hammer.
Okay. I would adjust my disguised self to have that symbol in necklace form, like whatever the thing looks
Clever.
like
Yeah,
as a necklace.
I could definitely say that works. It's an item of clothing. Disguise self says you can do clothing. Absolutely.
So
You
that
won't
gets
be
added.
able to interact with it in any meaningful way. So, like, if people ask to see it, they won't be able to touch it.
I just point
But-
at
Yeah.
It's very precious, though.
To be fair, trying to look at it, just oh, that's nice.
To be
Wow.
fair as well, it is also bizarre to see like a woman wearing a necklace and just be like, I'm gonna grab that without asking permission.
Yeah.
Like, Nido could definitely take that as incredibly insulting and assaulty.
It's perfectly leveled so that.
Yeah, it's perfectly leveled, resting.
Yeah. I hate to be the person to bring this up in, like, not even 15 minutes into playing. But your book can't can't put symbols into things, can it? Like, because you can change it to other
Yeah,
things.
they can.
Could you
Yeah,
just make
if
a
you
bunch?
if you find anything of equal value
Well,
of a similar size,
Look who came crawling back for the book.
it can be equal or lesser. So if you just pick something that is vaguely
So we
expensive,
just get a bunch of rocks.
No,
Oh.
well, unless those rocks happen to be more valuable than metal.
like it can
I
turn
mean,
something into lesser value.
Is it really shiny? Like, is it mirror polished?
What?
The metal
No.
token. Just metal?
Just metal. Like if you had fucking a spare sword,
Probably use some coins, no?
yeah, gold coins would probably be a waste of gold value, but
Silver
Not much of it
coins?
anyways.
Realistically, what is stopping us from walking away finding a significant, a carriage wheel that has, metal, things on it to hold together? Just
other than society and law, nothing.
Yeah, we just won't get caught.
I have lots of daggers.
I think
That
we're
would-
just
that
gonna
would
use some
definitely work.
copper coins.
Yeah.
Daggers would definitely work really well because the metal is already a similar value.
We could make.
Do you have anything that could?
I would say
use to steal a
per
character
dagger you
though?
could probably make 3 symbols.
Okay, I donate one dagger. If we do that, I'll donate one dagger.
You
Is it-
get
is it an
everything
action or
out.
a-
You don't have a backpack.
I think it's...
No, you have a backpack.
But you
You have an empty backpack.
Didn't that burn?
What?
Yeah,
The backpack?
No, they dumped everything out the backpack and all of the
Yeah.
useful things inside burned up.
Oh.
The backpack itself is fine.
Like I thought I was
And
doing
the badge.
something.
Didn't you go to the general store in Kaffa and restock?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you restocked. You've got everything again.
So I did.
Yeah, you do have all that stuff.
As an
I
action.
wanted to.
Yeah, so as an action, you could turn a dagger into 3 of these stamp markers.
I kind of really want to steal a carriage wheel as well now.
You see, it's a good idea.
We'll do it on the way home.
You get one of my daggers then.
Delightful.
Not the
Cool.
plus one
Why are
daggers,
you
mine.
Edna?
Where are you doing this?
Why did you turn into Edna from Incredibles there?
Delightful. Delightful, darling. No. I mean,
It's uncanny, man. What the fuck?
It's pretty close.
It's really good.
well, thank you. I've never done anything.
Your next character.
The next character. I
The
just,
next step.
I bring this song like and walk around going, that's fantastic. Just that's all I say. And realistically, we probably should do this not right in front of the place.
Yeah.
I'm just
Probably.
curious. I'm just curious where you do it.
Oh,
I don't like how you
well, isn't
say
that fun, Rosy? Realistically, if it smells of dog shit anytime I use the book, let's not do it in the middle of a crowded
No,
space.
rotting corpses, remember.
You're right, sorry.
Yeah, let's.
Come along now, Soren, and all of the others. Especially
Oh,
Soren.
yeah.
Soren, look at the book.
Technically... No, okay, on you go.
What was that?
No, I was going to say something, but it would encourage shenanigans, so no.
Encourage the shenanigans.
No,
Oh, okay.
continue.
Shenanigans.
I will sit here in silence as long as you wish.
Please don't.
So where do you do it?
Your book. Don't.
You need it right now.
I don't.
You need the book. You know it. Come on, let's.
So as a reminder, you guys are all standing in front of Arville's house.
Yeah.
Tiso's already on the verge of tears.
Come
Okay.
along now.
Is there public toilets?
Roll me a perception check.
Can I?
Stan goes in alone.
Of course, Stan goes in alone. All 5 of you traipsing into a bathroom is way more specifically. What?
22.
There are small, like, you guys have seen public spaces of essentially like bathhouses and things like that, and you would imagine that there's toilets in there.
So you're thinking of ripping out the sinks and using those?
What? No, just
No,
so that
it's
he can go do
Oh.
the thing, so it's like
Because
not
it
in the middle of the
stinks.
street.
Jeez, you're going after some guy in the bathroom.
You're just like, it's rotting corpse.
It's
Fucking
rotting
hell.
corpses.
You go in and you're just like, what the hell happened here?
Oh, God.
Oh God!
Rotting.
Call the sanitation department.
We'll just stand outside, and every time anyone walks past, we just get stomachache.
Yeah, man, it's
That stomach ache, I'm just chanting honestly for 6 seconds. And then just, alright everyone. Let's get so good.
So you go to a public bathhouse. It is no real stretch of the imagination that you go in privately and need to make no roll for the abilities. So you exit with a horrific smell lingering behind you.
and a bunch of medallions.
Stamped coins, essentially.
Womp.
Thank you.
Womp.
You only get 3, so it's up to you who you give them to. Unless you want to do it with 2 daggers.
No, I'll
But
get it.
this
I'm
guy's
built
stuff
different.
Oh yeah, you're in the backpack.
You can be our pet.
I have my
Realistically,
You've already been our pet zombie.
Yeah.
And realistically, I think I can carry someone else better than anyone can carry me now.
Yeah. You look at his gigantic
But you're
gauntlets.
also dodgy as fuck, so
So get in the
And
bag.
none of yous are.
nah.
Nah.
Nah, we look pretty normal, to be honest.
You have scarecrow limbs.
I look
Yeah.
at you with my mirror eyes.
Okay.
To be fair, you can choose not to have them.
Yeah, I have. Who was it? Was it Maltera that
Was
was
that?
someone, the cleric, that gave me my finger back?
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
not missing any.
I'm a
No, it
fully,
was
like,
it was
yeah.
fuckface who ran off.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you liked him so much, was that he gave you your finger back.
Yeah, it was
Um,
Maynard.
Maynard.
Oh, Maynard. Oh yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah, Maynard restored it.
That's right, quite frankly, I
That was,
reckon
like,
I'll get in
strong.
and be okay.
no.
No, he didn't run away. Specifically,
Yeah,
that was his
exactly.
whole character.
I'm gonna pull out the thing that signifies I can be an adventurer from that first town I was in. Just go, I have this.
Yeah, you do. You're the only member of the party that has an
Yeah.
adventuring license.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yes, I know what it is.
I wondered if anyone remembered that you actually,
course I
you
remember
actually
that.
do have the legal authority to interfere in these things.
Plus, Captain Benjamin also allowed
Yeah,
me
he
to do
did.
that.
Yeah.
So I did
But
that too.
because you had that, it was because you brought that out at the time.
Yes!
Alright,
I'm not breaking laws here.
so the plan is.
You've absolutely broke
I'm
laws
the
since
only one
having
who's
it.
not
He would
breaking
never
laws.
break a law. It's his birthday.
Yeah, it's my birthday.
Stan, make me a perception check.
Dude, did I wonder.
We
Just because you
walked in-
pulled the piece of paper out and were brandishing it.
Oh no.
18.
You notice that there is...
Oh, no, not expiration date.
No. You notice that there is a blank line in there. And upon closer inspection, you realise that you received it, never bothered to read what it said.
What did it say?
please enter name of adventuring guild.
Oh.
Nice.
And I think Stan realizes that you hold in your hand the legal authority to declare yourself a guild, if you would like to include these people in one.
You've just given him power to name up.
I'm not just giving him it. I gave him that power 20 episodes ago.
This is awesome.
No.
Guys.
Yeah.
You remember how you said you pledge allegiance?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, we did do that.
I never said that. What are you
I-
guys
We
doing?
have an opportunity!
Oh, that's
You said-
amazing.
Okay, so as you're looking, you see Stan holding up an adventuring license, which is something that you're very familiar with. You've never had one because you've never formed any kind of guild or group that would legally be doing anything. But you know that they are essentially a piece of paper that denotes to the government officials that are members of the higher council, essentially just saying, this is the legal declaration that here's who we are, and this is the name that we go by. And
Cool.
yeah,
When did you guys?
A while ago.
Why?
It was funny.
well, you can see that they've not filled in the name,
Yeah.
so there is just a no-named legally working
so what
authority.
we're doing here is saying that we're the Giant's Hammer, right?
Well, no.
Fuck no, we're the
that
gold
already
horde.
exists.
For now.
We need to come up with a name, and I vote the Gold Horde.
Well, you guys
That's
can
kinda
still
bad.
be in the Giant's Hammer, and he can have his own. Like, it doesn't say list all your members here.
No, I know that.
But that the
It's something
We could
to
be
think
a
about
guild.
in the future.
Do you write the Golden Horde?
Not yet. That's
Okay.
democracy.
I was just asking.
Join us.
You're not
So
getting
lost.
twice.
Join us, burn it down. Join us, burn it down.
Join Stan's cult. Join Stan's cult.
Just in like crayon, you write Stan's cult.
Yes. Wait, does Chiso know that Stan has goals of godhood and shit?
Yes, yeah. You
Stan
definitely.
does not make it a secret.
I would be, so nothing wrong.
We'll talk about this later. You can write whatever you want. We're going in as the no.
We'll fill that out later, unless you need to fill it out now to.
I'm assuming it's going to be pretty important. to
You
getting
you
through
get the sense
security.
that if you are using it to get through security, putting a name in there will probably be pretty important. Especially when you are visiting someone who enforces the laws that you are trying to pass as.
If we have our own guild or group name, then we don't need to be part of the Giant's Hammer. We can just show the symbol to show we're affiliated
We
with
just
them.
made the.
No, I know, we can show the symbol to show we're affiliated,
I
that we
think-
know them.
We weren't
And,
personally invited as whatever his guild becomes.
no, but there's a bunch of adventurers coming to the city.
Yeah, you do
anyway.
also know that there is an open invitation.
Yeah. If we just say we're part of another adventuring guild and we're here and we heard that the Giant's Hammer was here and that we need to talk to someone from them because we know, then we might get access to.
You also do know that there's no thing basically saying, like, if you are part of an adventuring guild, you can't also be a part of another one.
Yeah.
Like, you could just be like, hey, we are our own guild, but we also do contract work for the Giant's Hammer. Here's our symbol to prove that we work for the Giant's Hammer. We heard that they might be nearby.
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
works.
that works.
Now we need
Cool.
a name,
We
guys.
need a name.
I wish you'd told us this 2 weeks ago.
I mean,
You didn't know 2 weeks
my
ago.
unofficial title was Murder for Money, but I don't think that would go well.
Oh, we can go down with it.
Change that to
You-
the Dead Dad Club.
Yeah.
You get the sense that murder for money would probably get you under investigation.
Yeah.
Quite possible.
Hoard for money.
I do kind of a little bit like the Gold Horde.
Gold
but
Horde kind of slays a little bit.
what was the creature we fought?
But hold up.
Was it the Dream Eater?
Yeah, Dream
We can be the Dream Eaters. That's kind of cool.
I feel that's copyrighted by the Dream Eaters.
Horde.
Is that how that works?
I don't know.
It's the first like big monster we like fought and killed, wasn't it?
It is copyrighted by Wizards of the Coast, though.
I didn't know it was a real monster. I thought it was homebrew.
No.
No.
Well, fuck.
We
Never
don't
mind.
legally own that name.
I don't know these things.
Gold Horde.
Gold Horde? I feel like that's giving him too much
Should
power.
we
You guys are
do?
like
We
good
should
kids.
These are
maybe
Paris's
name
birthday.
it something.
It's just trying to accelerate the
I think
process.
that.
I was thinking of the.
So are you gonna write the gold horde or are you gonna write the golden horde? Gold or golden?
Can I try and remember if any other guilds called either one of those?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Sure, make me a history check.
Got ourselves the 20th dimension.
Oh, fuck! That's a nat one.
Move.
You're pretty sure that you've never heard anyone say those words in that order in your entire life.
Yeah.
You wanna do? No, actually.
And then I think there's a small vision of you being like, well, if I put the gold horde, I can. We would be like part of something, but if I put the golden horde, we could all dress in gold, and then we
jeez.
would be golden.
Like an
Golden.
eighth.
Alright, everyone. So I'm thinking we call it the Golden Horde.
He's so against it.
I don't want to be dressed in gold.
Me neither. It's
Yeah.
not happening.
You don't want to be
Force you to
shiny.
do
You're
it.
I have
gold.
no
You're
complaints.
gold colored anyway. You're
Yeah,
basically
that's true.
orange.
Yeah.
You don't want to be shiny.
You got gold eyes. You got
He has red
orange
eyes.
No,
Oh, I think you had red eyes.
no.
Rickle, I do.
You silly goober.
No, he's got big yellow eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
he
didn't he
changed.
wake
He
up?
changed them.
Oh,
Silly
no one tells
goober.
me anything.
No one tell me nothing.
Do we want something
Don't tell me.
like to do with the symbols? Is there any names we can think of?
That's just gonna buzz out and go. Oh, been a while since I talked to you, buddy. I'll
The
talk later.
bad rocks.
the bedrocks.
I don't think my rune of
They're kind of
destruction.
something like that.
I don't think my rune of destruction and essentially rune of slavery is going to be very welcome if they know what that means.
They probably won't know what it means. No one can read these.
Can we please call ourselves the Bad Rocks?
Why?
Cord.
Because it's funny.
The rock horde.
If we do that, we need to collect all of
This
these
is gonna be
things.
all of this session. It's just gonna be arguing.
That's absolutely fine.
Hmm. You know what?
To be fair, Buddy has like the bluest eyes
I
ever.
just watched it this morning.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
know.
only defining trait.
It's very fluffy now.
The only name we have for that deity is Dream, isn't it? The Dream.
For now.
Yeah.
Should
Should we-
a lot of info on that
The
portrait.
dream squad.
You also you did hear
No.
you did hear him referred to as the King of Dream at one point.
Yeah.
We can't name ourselves that though. That's a god's name.
We just call ourselves the Kings.
The Kings of Nightmare. Everyone's just like, oh, it's a metal band.
Yeah.
Nightmare Kings.
And then he meets him and says, hi guys.
I also don't own the Nightmare King. That's something else already.
Is it?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Can you stop using other things?
I didn't use the night. You said that.
I know. But I don't want to blame myself.
Come on. We take accountability.
What about
This-
golden rocks?
You don't want to be the golden horde, but maybe you could be the silver soldiers or the copper companions.
The copper companion.
Companions is so
What-
cute.
What
What the fuck?
material is my eyes made out of?
Well,
Liquid silver. good?
liquid silver or like mercury.
Oh, mercury.
The Mercury Dragons.
That's also,
That sounds pretty
that's
fucking
also like
dope.
copyright. We can't do that.
All right, okay.
What is that?
That's from Dingo.
Oh yeah, it is.
Oh,
Shit.
okay.
Sake.
The
Alright,
copper
well,
companions.
I quite like copper companions if I'm honest.
Yeah, copper
Really,
companions.
really cute. It does make us sound like Care Bears.
Yeah.
It does, and that's so
And,
bad.
and it
Because
sets
we're
the right
so big
tone
and
for us as
fluffy.
well. When it's just the copper companion going, hi guys, how's it going? That sounds very well known to do.
Tiso's just like.
Go on, Tisa, you're going to be part of this as
Tiso,
well. You
we'll-
don't have a
just
shit
go-
day.
yeah.
I did not.
Why
confirm
why
that.
why don't you make it a roll of the dice? Why don't you pick the 4 names that are the best and then roll a d4? So we've got Golden Horde. You've got
Bad Rocks.
Copper Companions.
Bad
So 1 is Golden Horde, 2 is the Bad Rocks, 3 is the Copper Companions.
Yeah.
What's 4?
Silver soldiers?
No.
No, that? Okay.
The Mercury Men.
That kind of plays though.
Yeah.
The Five Guys.
That's definitely copyrighted. The Five Lads.
Exactly.
The
The
six
Five
guys.
Companions.
Please suggest that.
Do it.
You got
The male
Do
mates.
The Mayo Mates.
the Mayo Mates. Yeah.
Okay, so four's the Mayo Mates. Who would like to roll a d4?
Can I roll?
You
Yeah.
can roll.
That's a
That's
d8.
so cocked and that's
Oh, no,
not a
sorry.
D4.
It is a D4.
Oh,
Yeah, it is. It's just a weird
Oh,
shape.
yeah,
Why
the
is it
weird
like that?
shapes.
That's fucked up.
Spin. It's 3.
So that was the.
Copper Companions.
The Copper Companions.
Oh, yeah.
So you're
what
right.
do you want then?
I don't care.
So why do you care?
I don't care.
You can be sad with your no guild alone.
Which of those four do you like the best?
What was the last one again?
Mayo
Mayo
Mates.
Don't you fucking dare.
No.
That was a joke.
We
I
can
don't even
all
know
have a
what it
vote and
means.
put our name in the hat.
Okay, right. By raise of hands. Golden Horde.
I quite like it.
It's kind of cute.
So that's one for the Golden Horde.
Wait, how many times can we vote?
What?
That's it. One.
I
You
don't
get
want
one
that.
vote.
I don't
Okay.
want that.
Then
Why did you vote
then
then?
0 for the Golden Goat. So that's
The Golden
gone.
Goat.
Golden goats.
What?
I want the golden goats.
Golden Goat.
What are the options? I'm so lost.
Your options are okay. So you've got Golden Horde. You've got Bad Rocks. You've got Copper Companions. You've got Mayo Mates,
Okay,
and then
okay.
apparently
I made my
also the
decision.
Golden
I
Goat.
made
The golden goat.
I mean,
So Golden
Just
Horde,
one.
no votes. Okay, the Bad Rocks,
One.
one vote. Okay. Then you've got the Copper Companions,
It's friendly.
It's really
one
funny.
vote. So we're tied at the moment between Bad Rocks and Copper Companions, and then Mayo Mates. Okay, and then the last one, the Golden Goat.
What?
Okay, so write down the Golden Goats, and we're moving on.
Golden Goat.
Amazing.
Hang on, goat or goat sip?
Goat.
Goat.
The Golden Goat, wonderful.
It's a single golden goat.
The Golden Goat, yep.
Guys, we need to get a goat.
Lads, I don't want to alarm you, but I may be able to summon a golden goat.
No fucking way, bro.
Do you just find familiar for a Golden Goat or
This is
something?
gonna be a whole thing.
Let's see. Oh god, I forgot I had a spell called the Burning Elbow.
Mm.
That was a surprise.
Wait, could I? One second.
The giant's hammer. We're
Can
the
that
golden
be like
goat.
make
We're
a golden
affiliated
goat?
with the giant.
You could arrange a very blobby, pixelated shape of a goat.
Because it can make a humanoid.
Yeah.
That's not a goat. Is not a human.
But
We're not bipedal.
So we
That's
go.
the only reason it's not similar to.
So we cut back to outside Arville's house. What are you guys doing?
Arguing about names.
Uncontrollably.
Fuck. Do we just? Are
The doors are open. Yeah.
Okay.
How about we just try to lock and walk right through? Let's try to lock and walk right through, and if they ask questions, we're associated with the
The giant
giant's hammer, and we need to talk to higher ups.
Wonderful.
Or companion.
As you guys approach the doors, you can see that the two guards either side of the open door. One of them steps forward and reaches out a hand, basically asking you to stop, and says, "This is the first time I've seen any of you at the house. I just need to know what your business is."
Hey. Nice. We're associated with the giant's hammer.
We heard they were
Wonderful.
staying.
Yes, they are indeed staying here.
Mm.
Is there anything specifically you'd like to be speaking to them about? Are you members of, or are you associated with?
Associated.
Wonderful.
We've got very important information we need to transmit.
To the Giant's Hammer?
Yes.
Yes.
I can send for them if you'd like.
We also needed to it's stuff that we can only discuss behind closed doors.
Insensitive.
Very well, I'll send for one of them, and if they choose to allow you in. You understand we can't just let...
Yeah, of
Strangers
course,
in.
of course. Do you need anything thing from us, or can you just say?
No, I'm sure one of them will be able to verify you if
We
you.
do also we can prove that we are from the we're associated.
So you are members.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I
We have a
pull
partnership.
out the token.
We work
Wonderful.
with them occasionally.
As
Sorry,
your members
that's-
of the Giant's Hammer, the protocol is that you introduce yourself to Arvil before you're entering.
Oh,
So
perfect.
I will summon one of Arvil's assistants, and he pokes his head in, and about a minute later, a well-dressed, basically just a well-dressed man in like a suit jacket, sort of butler-esque uniform, says, you would like to see Arvil?
Yes, please.
Wonderful. He's actually in his study at the moment, so if you'd like to follow me, I can lead you through there immediately.
Cool.
You're members of the Giant's Hammer, is this correct?
Yes.
Wonderful. Is there any other associated groups here, or is it just all members of the Giant's Hammer?
What's the golden goat?
Excellent. I've not heard of this guild. Are you invited, or are you here as part of their entourage?
Entourage.
Yeah.
Wonderful, not a problem. So, Arvil's in his study. If you'd like to follow me, I can lead you through. And as you guys step inside, he starts leading you through a long corridor. This is an entryway corridor. Think maybe 10, 15 feet high, easily 15 feet wide. Oh, the map's gone. But that's not a problem because there's no map of this bit here.
You
So
sneezed
hard.
it closed.
So
I
powerful.
sneezed so hard I destroyed the map.
As you guys are walking through, you can see that there are indentations in all the walls of basically built-in storage units, built-in glass displays. Sort of the vibe of an old museum with elvish words on the base of each thing. Can someone close that so that we don't hear that beeping? And you can see that the display cases are filled to the brim, to bursting point, with weapons, armour of various cultures, of various time frames, burned and shattered and ruined. And underneath, anyone who speaks Sylvan can see that and also anyone that reads every language, I suppose, can see that there are dates and locations associated with each battle. You can see that as you walk through, there are 10, 15, 20, 30, 50 of these display cases as you keep walking, all burned, ruined, ashen, going back easily 300 years to the present day, where you come up to the end of the corridor, just before the double doors.
Sorry to interrupt, but just as we're walking past all of this incredible history and stuff, I want to fall back a little bit so I'm in step with Stan and Needle. And I'm just gonna, as quietly as possible, lean in and whisper, "Look, I know you guys are wanting to steal things in this city. If you fucking try in here, we're all going to die.
Why
I
would
know.
you say that?
That books
I
are,
like drama."
the books are burned. Why would I take them?
I have
Because
no
it's
plastic.
you.
I look out of
Saved
character.
books from burning, but I didn't take the burnt ones.
All you guys have been talking about for the past 2 weeks is how much you want to steal. I just needed
She
to
wants
put
to
it
steal,
out.
just not here.
Just double checking.
I haven't talked about how much I want to steal.
Tiso is like making very small conversation with the guide, just because
Yeah.
like Tiso has heard Soren just sneaking to the back and starting whispering, so has just.
I will say, even Tiso's common sense would say that someone whispering about "don't you dare steal from here" is probably going to be considered good etiquette, if anything.
Sure, but still,
I mean-
still a case of. Yeah.
Lovely
so,
weather, huh?
Yeah.
So, as you guys approach the double doors towards the end, you can see that there is a glass display case not yet filled, or in the process of being filled. You can actually see that there is a servant working there, arranging little bits of broken material, and you can see that the needle, especially because you can read everything, you can see that the plaque just below it is dated about a week ago,
Oh.
and the location is Dragonspark.
Oh.
And you can see drow weaponry. And you all recognise a familiar sword, a moon-touched scimitar, being placed in here, shattered and broken.
Who the fuck had that sword?
So wait, that's from a week ago.
From 1 week ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, I lean this door and I'm like, that's from a week ago.
Shit.
And the double doors begin to open.
Fuck.
Wait, who had
Shit.
this sword?
We did at one point.
We had it.
Oh,
I gave it
it's
to Ant.
You were, yeah, Antiochs.
Papa.
Oh,
Papa dead.
As you enter into
He was so polite.
As you enter, you can see that just before the doors open, the butler takes out a key and pushes the key into the lock, and you see a golden glow as he pushes it into the lock and opens it. The door starts to glow slightly, and you can see that this is essentially just a portal system inside the house, so that you don't need to walk from room to room. Everyone is forced to walk through the entry hall, but once you get past there, you go directly to the room that you're wanting to go to.
he just forces people to walk past his spoils. That's so funny.
Look at all the things I've won.
It definitely takes a tone, and you get the sense that this is not a look at all the things I've won, it's look at all the things I have destroyed.
Mm.
As you enter, you can see that there is a large chamber in front of you with books lining all the walls, some of them with empty bookcases, some of them with full bookcases. It looks as if the study is not yet complete. As you enter, you can see that there is a large brazier in the centre of the room, glowing bright white light, proper flame, blue-white flame, inside the centre of the room, and it is maybe a 15-foot blaze. This is swelteringly hot in here, and as you guys enter, you feel the wave of heat hit you in that nauseating dryness of a fire-filled room. And the butler bows himself out and closes the door behind you.
Is my disguise self still up?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
What are you disguised as?
Just their self,
Nice-
but with
nice
nicer.
outfit.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
Needle wears normal clothes every day underneath the disguise self.
Yeah, I
So that they can pick their outfit daily.
I was just double checking.
I presume you still have your eyes looking
the same.
silvered. Although you can change them, I presume they're normal most of the
You
time.
still have your eyes.
You still.
I assume you still have eyes. I assume everyone still has eyes. If anyone would like to change
Actually-
that fact,
Actually,
speak
I
up.
removed it because I have blind sight, so I just didn't see a need.
Oh, of course I'm going to start listening. I can see what's going on.
You pass it along.
No, they're not talking anymore.
I'll pass it over to the rest of the
Yeah, you
table
do.
as well.
So,
There's gonna be magic.
as you enter the 15-foot tall... as you enter the room, you can see the 15-foot wide and tall fire. And in the centre of it, you can see a figure in a meditation stance. As
Oh my God.
you
In the centre of
enter...
the fire?
In the centre of the fire.
Good for
As you enter, the figure inside the flame stands and exits the flames.
Not the
you.
room.
He stands up and leaves.
And exits the flames. As you do so, you can see that he is wearing fine robes of silk and essentially black with red accents, as opposed to the rest of the Titans guild. That you can see that there is no white on this uniform whatsoever. It's all charred black and red. As you look, you can see a figure somewhere between elvish and tiefling. There are accents of the demonic in this person. There are slightly elongated ears, slightly elongated teeth. You can see the fingers end in pointed claws, but not proper tiefling. No tail, no horns. Definitely elvish skin colour, elvish appearance, with just the accents of the devilish. And as you enter... Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
I presume you are one of the summoned guilds.
Yes.
Here, what?
We're Titans Hammer.
We're associated with the Titans Hammer.
Very well.
Um.
I presume you mean Giant's Hammer.
Yes.
Yes.
You troll.
It's basically the same thing.
I assume you mean the
Be
giant's
very
hammer, you
lonely.
troglodytes.
No, he doesn't say that. He knows what you're saying. I presume you say the right thing.
Yeah.
I do.
We when we lost track of our companions in the Giant's Hammer. and we were told they were staying
Yes, the
here.
majority of them arrived a few days ago.
Yes.
When they arrived, did they mention anything about the journey?
They remarked that it was pleasant.
Good.
Okay.
Very glad about that.
Are we?
Out of character, are we being honest with him?
I don't know.
I want to be
not.
honest with him.
I thought we were being honest.
Yeah, I
I'm
thought
not.
we were
We're gonna be
here
honest.
to tell him that we're gonna die.
God.
What's our fault?
I think I've been a little mixed up because of the other campaign, but also at the sight of the corridor we've just walked through, I'm suddenly not fully comfortable with this person.
I mean, we know he's not working with Drow.
Yeah.
I think
we
we
don't
should
need to
be
tell
truthful.
him everything, but we should maybe tell him that
Some of his guests
About
are getting jumped.
Yeah.
About what
because that's why we came here in the first place, was to tell
I
them.
feel like last time we left it, I was suspicious about him. Either.
There has been a solid 6 seconds of silence. Is everything okay?
So sorry.
Out of
this is
character.
really long.
Out of character, are we being honest with him?
I think we should be honest.
Okay.
Say what?
Go.
Tiso can tell that this is what their vibe is and is stepping back and just letting them.
Is it the flame?
No.
It's a little intimidating, but it's fine.
Very well.
It's just
And
that-
without moving a muscle, you see the flame die down.
That's impressive.
Thank you.
What
We-
was sex it would?
I'm gonna keep like an eye.
Do not
on
worry,
him.
the fire shall not harm you.
Yeah,
Not
Tiso's
while
gonna
I'm
like
around.
be observing him as closely as possible without looking creepy.
We
Yeah.
we had something to report where we're not 100% sure how serious it is, but if we're correct in our theories, it might be.
We had a very confusing journey here, and we're trying to.
We were.
As you speak, he holds up a hand. I understand that there is a reputation in place, and that I can be an intimidating figure. So I wish to speak plainly. You all carry some incredibly valuable items.
Mhm.
There are the stench of magic about you all. I suspect you are carrying God Steel, and I wish to see it by the end of this conversation.
Oh.
Failing that,
Mm.
there will be a different conversation. I presume that everything being spoken here is above board,
Mhm.
and I hope for the best. I apologise for my interruption. You may continue.
I think so. We were.
Can I is there anything threatening about that?
Make me an insight check.
Out of character, does he mean the armor, or does he
Oh
mean?
yeah, the armor or the token, which is
The
God's
armor, the
steel.
token,
Because I
Needle's
assumed
eyes.
tokens.
Or
You-
Neo's eyes.
Or-
You know that the armor you're wearing is made of adamantine.
Okay,
You've
so-
never heard of that referred to as God Steel. 19. The underlying threat is mostly if you are being dishonest and deceiving him. You feel from this entity a complete lack of anger. This is not someone who is like lashing out ragefully. This is not someone who is like emotionally being driven, but you get a deep sense that this person has lived their life by a set of rules, and one of them seems to involve honesty.
We were with some companions from the Giant's Hammer. When we were, where were we with them?
The boat.
No, shut up.
We came from Nimbus.
We were in Stratos and Nimbus. Before.
Yes, I do
travelling,
believe
we
that
were-
there was a wedding involved.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah, we
yes.
were attending. So we were traveling with them, but the fourth day of travel, we were attacked by
Pirates.
Pirates.
Scarabs.
And we crash landed in
Into magical darkness.
yeah
It
when
felt
we fell, it was like falling into magical darkness, we
Mm.
were
Sorry.
spat out.
Just to double check, we need to keep this confidential, and there's no one else in the room, right?
You don't see anyone else. Do you express that
Yeah.
out loud, or are you just asking the DM?
I would like to make sure that there's no one else in the room here.
What I'm saying is, do you
No, yeah,
out loud say
was
that
me saying
sentence?
that.
Okay.
That was me
Um,
rephrasing out loud.
Guys, we need to get accents or something. Sometimes it's difficult to tell.
I do not allow observers in my private sanctum. If you are invited here, the only people who came are the ones that came with you.
Yes, it's just because the nature of what happened on our journey, it makes us worried about imposters and things.
I can reassure you, I believe. And he reaches up in front of himself, and you all feel a pulse of gravity pulse through the entire room. And about a second later, you feel it bounce off all the walls and travel back inside.
Cool gravity echolocation.
It's good to know you're actually here. That's very reassuring.
There is no one else in this room. At least there is no living presence in this room. I presume that if there was any scrying eyes available, they could potentially be here, although I suspect overcoming my security would be beyond your average person.
We our ship went down and we were spat out in where
The
fuck
other
did we land?
continent.
Yeah,
Atan.
Atan.
Yes.
But we searched for a day, 2 days in the surrounding area there was no sign of our ship or our companions or anything.
Especially Oscar and Malthera, who we've been looking for.
Yeah, but that's yeah. And we could not find them anywhere, so we came here to report that they were missing and that we'd been attacked, and we didn't know if it was just the giant's hammer or
I
if
apologise.
It
I think there's been some confusion. Oscar and Maltera are here.
was... Yeah,
That's
we
why
They
we're-
heard that.
reported
That's
to
why
me
we're
that their
concerned.
journey was uneventful,
Yes.
and
We're
it
very
is
worried
your
about it.
experience that instead of there being no events, there was a ship crash and a pirate attack.
Yes. Three ships went down.
Mm-hmm.
They stuffed their ships with gunpowder and blew our ships up, and then their own.
When you say they,
We don't know who they were, what organization or anything. It just seemed like pirates, but it seemed very targeted and organized, and we didn't know if it was a targeted assault against the giant's hammer or if it was because we were coming here for the meeting and we wanted to warn in case anyone else had something similar happen.
there have been some delays in travel for some other groups of people. Perhaps it is worth checking upon them.
Yes. It just worries us quite a lot since we keep hearing that Oscar and Maltera had a pleasant journey, and that's very much not what happened. And
Perhaps it is worth having a word with them in private.
just be careful, just in case they aren't who they are. But they might be who they are. But just be careful. There's something weird going on. I think.
Very well.
Also, I'm gonna take my thing out of the bag. We
What thing?
the
Oh yes.
got-
Your token.
yeah.
The tokens, really? Yeah.
I'll take it my token as well, so it's not confusing.
You said you wanted to. I'm guessing this is what you mean for the god steel, because I don't really know what else.
Are you just holding it in the palm of your hand?
Yes.
From 15 feet away, you see him hold up his palm and the coin flies into the centre of it so that he can have a look at it.
This is what we were discussing with our companions before we set off to travel.
It's what their research.
By
was
companions, I
based
presume you mean Oscar and
on.
Maltera.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, it flew 50 feet into his hand.
15
Isn't that out of the range where it teleports back?
seems to be.
Oh fuck.
Good for him.
Are you okay? Is he okay?
No
Is he
visible
rapidly
difference.
aging?
I forgot to mention you turn to dust immediately.
Fuck.
Yeah,
Okay.
I forgot to mention that.
You are struck by lightning as well. as
No,
the-
nothing bad seems to happen. As he inspects it in the centre of his hand, For the first time, you see confusion on his placid face as he levitates it back toward you.
I'll grab it and I'll be like, was this what you meant? Or.
It was. This is God's steel.
Cool.
What is
I am awaiting the explanation.
What does God steal mean?
Am I to understand that you have no idea how this came to be in your possession?
We have a minor idea, but
Are my eyes also the same material? And I kind of like pull my eyes.
Or
He-
what is God steal?
He strides forward, you get the sense, not wishing to summon them from your skull. And he gets within centimeters close, like nose to nose inspection almost. And almost in like a bird-like curiosity and that sort of head tilting, trying to get all the angles, just slowly inspects. They seem to be made of some sort of biological element of God steel. I get the resonating effect. The potential is certainly there,
That's good to know.
but I get the sense that they are changed in some capacity.
Mhm.
The magic used in some way. And then he takes a step back, and then another 5 feet back, so that he can see you all.
Cool. Good to know.
What is God Steel? We've had no one recognize these before.
That is not a surprise. I am knowledgeable in ways that most people are not. First, some context, I believe, would be useful.
Yes. This is wait. Out of character, does he mean like he's giving context? Or what's-
You get the sense that he is about to do a small
yeah.
speech.
Okay, no, no.
God steel goes by many names. There are some who call them motes of potential. There are some who call them weirding stones or waystones. They are associated with the planes above. This is metal mined from sometimes Mount Celestia, sometimes other planes of existence. They're associated with the weaponry and the divine. To see them on the mortal plane would suggest that there is some involvement of the divine. The reason they are sometimes called motes of potential is that they have the power to expend their magical energy in a burst of creation.
a burst of creation.
There are some people who claim that they are able to use God steel to warp reality in minor ways.
Ah.
Yes, like my body.
Oh yeah, like your body.
Nina was
my
just getting
body.
flashbacks to seeing what they actually look like. The magic thing is like that makes sense. Yeah. She's not saying that out loud. She's just thinking about it.
They contain an immense amount of religious divine power. In a concentrated blast with the expendation of one, you may be able to change certain facts about reality, not to the power of a wish spell or to the power of any kind of divine intervention. But if you gather enough, there could be catastrophic changes to reality.
How much is
Yeah, how much is
that?
enough?
From the volume of the coin I have inspected, I would say that this would be enough to change 1 or 2 facts about an individual, a location, perhaps.
Looks at bro.
In your experience, when this happens, does the God steel dissipate, or is it still?
The steel itself does not degrade from reality, but the magical potential is expended.
And the one you inspected, it still had magical potential.
I would go so far as to say that most of the ones that you are carrying, if not all, contain their magical potential.
What happened to you? Okay.
You
There's
you
so many more
you
questions.
changed the reality of you dying.
I did. That is what happened.
Nothing.
Yes, it would seem that that is probably capable of doing something as minor as that. Spells like Revivify would also be capable.
Good.
A minor effect, resurrection within seconds.
It wasn't really I was 11, like,
A week ago.
and now I'm
66.
old. It basically took the life I could have had.
It traded your potential future for your current.
Yes.
That also seems possible.
Cool.
Have you heard of any ways to reverse that?
Well, perhaps another mote. If you expended the one that you're carrying, it may change it.
I'm not going to do that right now.
It might just kill you.
Yeah.
I am not an expert in the use of divine magic, but even I can sense that this power would be able to be activated by people who are not necessarily worshippers of the divine.
Okay.
It may take practice, but I believe you could master the skill if you wish to try it.
Have you ever heard of God still replenishing magical potential? But if you expend it and something goes wrong, would it be possible to use it again to fix it?
Not to my knowledge.
You just, because you have two, you're like, I can use one and then use the other to fix it.
that-
Endless cycle.
That may work. I have not got great experience with it. I tend to gravitate towards the arcane.
You've encountered it before, though?
I have indeed, yes.
It
It was used against me in battle.
Oh. It didn't look anything like this, though, did it? Or was it?
The metal was the same. The symbols and the shape were different.
What battle?
This was one of my first battles. One of the ones where I started to make a name for myself. I was young. Perhaps 70, 80. I do not remember the location, but I remember the dagger. I shan't forget it for a long time.
Do you have it in your possession?
It was destroyed.
Okay.
That's good.
Do you have the pieces?
No, no one does. To clarify, when I say destroyed, I mean entirely. I wish to know where you came to possess these.
It's a bit complicated.
If your intentions are to the negative, I cannot let you leave.
Our intentions are nothing. We didn't even know what they were until today.
Roll me a persuasion check.
That's not a lie.
I didn't say it was a lie.
Yeah.
That's not
Look, man, I'm gonna be honest.
9.
They just keep appearing in our pockets.
They do. 9.
You have no idea how they appear in your pockets?
We
Good dreams.
I sort of
the first time we encountered them, we were fighting a creature we found was named a Dream Eater. My
I am familiar with these creatures.
my companions had taken grave injuries, and I was trying to land a blow, and I saw a vision of a future where I didn't land the blow and a vision where I did, and I had the option to choose, and I chose to take the future where I did, and then the next morning I woke up with it in my pocket. They seem to be tied to us. We've done experiments and we've seen a thread that ties each of them to our person, and when we tug it, it causes us injury, and we can't seem to get rid of them. We've tried throwing them away. I tried throwing one off a Sky City and it just appeared back in my pocket.
Very well. Is that all?
I got a broken skull and it appeared in my pocket.
He did do that, yeah.
Did you have a choice as well?
No, as far as I know, I was unconscious.
Most of them have appeared with a choice.
I've not got one because I specifically did not accept.
Yeah, you refused. You're the only
Oh,
one
you
who
were
refused.
offered a future and chose to accept failure. Strange.
I'm going to be honest as well and say that I believe whatever this thing is my new patron.
Oh my god.
It helped me a lot.
You believe the entity is tied to you in a pact.
Yes.
Do you know the wording of your agreement?
I think I have to help it I think it might be trapped here on this plane by people that want to use it for bad.
That
I
is
don't-
dire news.
Yeah, I don't think it wants to do that though. I think it wants to be free. So
And is inquiring. I see. So
Yes.
an entity bound to the mortal plane that does not wish to be here is sending out echoes of power
yes.
I
to
suppose we should
tie itself toward other people.
mention the whole
Why you?
drow.
The drow?
We have our main theory is that the entity is being contained or chained or possessed by the drow unwillingly.
Specifically the Church of Love.
We've been having
I
dreams.
had a small encounter with the Church of Love not but a week ago. I believe they had power beyond what they should have. Even the men were casting spells.
I know that's terrifying, but that's a really funny sentiment.
Needle looks shook.
Oh God.
Yeah, I think Needle does genuinely come from a place of, oh wow, something drastic has changed if men are allowed power.
We
Holy shit.
we've been having dreams. We haven't been able to tell if they're prophetic. Is that how you say that word?
Mhm.
Yeah. If they're prophetic or not, but they seem to be warnings almost, and then or they started as that, and then they've become more clearly like something is trying to communicate
Yeah.
with us.
In mine, it was showing 20 years in the past. Supposedly.
We might want to mention
How do you know that so specifically? Oh, did he? I forgot.
Oh, character Maynard said it.
Oh, Maynard did. Okay.
He
I-
suggested it could have been.
Guys, it's been a while. I can't remember things.
on that subject. We might want to mention him as well.
Let's not for now.
You.
Do you say that out loud?
I do, but
Never mind then.
I trust
well,
this
no.
guy.
If you say maybe not for now, then
Well,
I'm
not out loud. I don't. If you say that.
He can scry in this room.
Yeah, but we don't
We should
know if
tell
he's
him
off
about it.
doing a bad thing.
He seems kind of sus.
Okay.
we might. So what? I say is
Needle's done a full
specifically
180.
I know it's annoying.
She's done a partial 180.
What I say out
A
loud
179.
Yeah.
is yeah. Do you want to mention Maynard?
We had another companion. He was dead for a while, and then we brought him back, and he was kind of a bitch about it. But he was
The dead tend to be so.
Yeah, they do.
Hey, not true.
He
Your unlife is your own business. You need not interrupt.
I don't know if I should class him. Is he currently part of the Cult of Lolth or previously? He's part of the Cult of Lolth. We brought him back as, I guess, an apology because we kind of killed him but didn't need to, and then
I want to clarify. I was not a part of this.
we needed information and he gave it willingly. That's why we know the drow or the potential people that have changed this entity. He gave all that willingly. However, we were trying to find a way to get here to Titan's Rock to inform you of all of what's been happening. And he left in the night with our scrying spells.
Yes.
Um,
So he has an orb that can scry now, which is not good.
But we don't know the nature. He seemed to be against the cult's current movements.
As
But
long
as
as his god was also against it.
we don't know how. I don't think he's.
Am I to
trustworthy,
understand that the Cult of Lolth is bound another entity?
Yes.
but Maybe.
Potentially.
That is what he said, but we don't know how trustworthy he is.
Lolth is a jealous deity. It does not bode well for anyone who tries to usurp her.
That's about
Am I
it.
to take it that this is why the Drow are likely making room for expansion?
I'd say so, yes.
Yeah, probably.
I believe that the Drow are somewhat responsible for the mess that has happened on, well, Dragonspark, potentially, but also the smokestacks.
The smokes? Oh yeah.
No kidding.
Guys, there's a lot of places. I knew I recognized the name.
So what happened on Dragonspark that led to the fight?
They unwisely attempted to overthrow the island.
Oh,
That does not surprise me.
I assume it's unsuccessful.
It kind of does surprise me.
They were unsuccessful, maybe a minor statement. Minor understatement.
Okay.
Did any of them survive?
Not to my knowledge.
Interesting. Okay.
This whole time, has there been any... Yeah. Tiso's just not trusting this guy. But,
It's fine.
yeah. Cool.
He has been
If there's been no particular sign, if I haven't detected
he has
any
been
particular-
blank expression for vast majority of it, analytical. They attempted to overthrow Dragonspark.
Soren also super doesn't 100% trust him, but is too scared of him to do anything other than tell the truth. Oh my god.
If you would like to speak to Ezekiel, he could probably fill you in on more of the details.
Ezekiel?
Ezekiel Helvidius.
That's a name and a half.
We...
He is the
Our
Archmage of Dragonspark. He was the target of the execution attempt.
Oh.
Oh.
He is most displeased.
I can imagine.
Imagine.
They made a key error.
Sorry.
Shut the fucking thing.
Sorry.
They made a key error. Their assassination was successful. It would appear that Ezekiel planned to be killed at some point and was unhappy that it was sooner than he thought.
Ah.
When he rose again, he was difficult to contain, but it worked out for the best eventually.
When you say rose again, do you mind me asking if it was a resurrection or if he is a lich?
I believe he was attempting to attain lichdom. However, he is partially there.
Ah,
I believe he will need a second attempt.
interesting.
I think our priority, however, is to speak to this Oscar and Volterra and check who they are.
Very well, that is not a problem. I can summon them here if you would wish to talk to them in front of me. If you wish there to be a guarantee of safety, that is.
Yeah, I think we should do that. I'm also just gonna grab onto Soren's arm, just be like, don't do anything rash. Please.
Very well, I shall send for them.
So
And he strides over to the door, opens the door, pokes his head out, and says, Bartholomew, would you mind fetching
What
the
a guy.
giant's hammer? And you hear the voice of the butler at once.
Can I? Tiso is gonna follow the butler. Tiso's gonna
You try and push past Arvel, who's in the door talking
I'm
to
gonna
him.
go. Can I go with him to make sure there's no attempt to escape?
Very well, if you think that is a concern.
I'm probably more likely to attempt to escape if they see you.
I'm gonna try and hide.
Hide behind the butler.
I am sneaky.
Anyway, I'm picturing you like morphing your body to the shape of the butler. Like
Roll me a stealth check.
Right on ways.
I've been disappointing today, but that's
Hey,
a
that's
17 and a 17 plus Probably
I think
9, I
9,
believe,
yeah.
No, 11 stealth.
11.
17 plus
So
11.
on a 28,
Yeah.
you feel confident that you are well hidden behind the butler.
Yeah.
I missed it before because I was whispering to people, what race is the butler?
Human.
Oh, okay. I thought it was going to be like halfling. That would be
No.
really funny.
No, he was human.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, you make your way following Bartholomew to a side of the quarters that is essentially what happens is you step outside the room and then the door closes. Bartholomew turns around, turns the key, opens the door, and steps into a corridor with just rooms. As he does so, he knocks on a couple different rooms as he walks up a line, and then they all open, looking as if someone is checking who's at the door, and you recognise Oscar and Maltera poke their head out one door, and then you see some other humanoids, mostly humans, start poking their heads out the other doors, and Bartholomew stands tall and says, "You are all cordially invited to attend Lord Arville at his study."
What happened?
It's the cat.
And you see Oscar and hear him say, "Very well, okay, we're on our way. Immediately, or an appointment?" And the butler says, "Immediately."
Cool. I'm gonna not introduce myself yet. I'm gonna follow
Yeah,
the.
they all walk out. Oscar's wearing his full plate, and he puts his helmet on before he goes. And you see Maltera is behind him, wearing essentially just clothing, like basically just a jogging outfit with a big axe on the back. Yeah. The humans all look as if they're wearing regular clothes. Some of them look as if they are a bit like battered and bruised. Some of them look like rough around the edges, and you see a tall man walking front and center behind Oscar Maltera, shoulder length blondish hair, blue eyes.
Any that we recognise from the.
You don't see, other than Oscar Maltera, you don't recognise a single person.
And that's not the cleric.
Doesn't seem to be.
Never mind. Never mind.
You feel his balls, and they're.
You ask him to cough.
You ask him to cough, they move normally.
You're not sure.
Your hand passes through.
Unless you mean the butler, and then some weird other stuff's happening. The butler just turns around and says, "Sir, this is not appropriate. Sir, this is
Soren asked me
inappropriate."
to do it. I don't know.
Sorry, man.
why.
Soren asked me to cough your balls.
Guys!
They exit the room. The butler turns round, reinserts the key, opens up the door again, and you see Arville standing in his study with your friends all around. And as soon as Oscar and Maltera see you, there is just a half step as sort of realization comes in, and Oscar charges toward you, arms open as if for a hug.
I let him hug me.
Soren, it's wonderful to see you. It's been so long.
It has, yeah.
Yeah, where have you been? You vanished from the ship.
We vanished?
Vanished from the ship.
Yeah.
I guess Tiso just like appears from behind them and like the way they came in.
As you appear from behind him, he does almost jump in that sort of, yeah. The hell. Yeah, where have you been? We were worried. We tried contacting you, but you were non-responsive.
What's the last thing you remember before we disappeared?
We were traveling on the ship. Someone turned into a big flamingo at some point.
And it's true that did
I
happen.
mean, that did happen.
We were in Katha. In Atan.
Which is where?
A whole other continent.
Also the
Katha.
surface.
The surface, yeah. We crashed.
The Wood Elven Society, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I have family there at some point.
There was a
Some
whole
extension.
battle
Our ships
ship
went
In
down.
Katha?
No,
No,
on
the
the
ship.
ships.
on the ships. You guys fell off it.
He
After
sort
an
of takes his
explosion.
helmet off. Looks fine. I guess I'm sorry. What's the reaction to your friends telling you died in battle?
Well, we don't know
With-
if you died. We assumed you were taken prisoner.
Not to my knowledge.
There was like a magical darkness beneath the ship and it fell.
Guys, we look insane.
From
We
the
do look
sky.
insane.
He turns to Arvel. Perhaps a medic?
Perhaps.
And
I look at Arvo with a confused look.
Arvel looks at all of you. Perhaps it is worth bringing a cleric.
Yeah, perhaps there's some way to perhaps have an area where we could all tell the truth in.
Yeah.
Some kind of magic spell that makes tell truth.
Maybe not.
No, it doesn't force you to tell the truth. It just
Okay.
means the stuff you speak is only the truth.
That's cool.
You can be as indirect as you want.
Yeah.
Needle's not allowed to speak.
Yeah.
You can lie.
No, there's
This-
no truth, that's the whole point.
I feel it unfair to have all parties at a disadvantage. Perhaps both parties can speak their truth
That sounds reasonable.
in front of each other.
Yeah.
And Oscar's like, yeah, sure. I mean, I've kind of just said it. You all vanished from the ship. We were a little worried, but I mean, you're adventurers. I presumed you had stuff to do, or I thought it was a bit rude that you vanished. But other than
Where
that,
did you
You're a
think
little
we
worried.
went? We were in
we didn't
midair.
know. We didn't know.
Rude. A little worried. We spent like a day searching for his body. Fucking rude.
Well, we tried contacting you and we got no responses, so
We thought you were dead for a bit.
we thought you were dead for a bit.
Oscar,
I was dead for a bit.
if I were to touch you, would you be willing for me to try something?
Well, I mean, I am married now, so I'd like to think
I'm
you'd.
just gonna check something,
You
but
see Maltera's just glaring at
It
you
only-
from the
no,
side.
It only works on a willing creature, so I have to ask.
A spell.
Would you be able to clarify the spell?
It's just to see what your perception's like. Is that okay?
Roll me a persuasion check. What spell are you attempting to cast?
The one where I look for their perception one is part of my
Their
thing.
perception one.
Let me find it real quick.
The one where I look for their perception.
What is because he's
Gaze
wearing
of two
armor.
minds. So it's you touch a will
Oh.
you can only perceive through its senses until the end of your turn.
You're asking to see through his eyes?
Yeah, I'm blinded and deafened when I do it. I get his senses and shit for a bit.
Sure.
Okay.
Make me a persuasion check. What were you saying?
Because he's wearing his armor, can we see his prosthetic?
No.
Oh, fuck. That's what I was
20.
doing.
20.
Yeah.
Sure. You want to see through my eyes?
Yeah. I just want to see what
If you want.
what your senses are like
Was it a nat
real
20?
quick. And that's at 18 plus.
Damn. Guys, we need to roll more 20s.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I'm gonna just gently take his
Did you
arm
get
and,
a 20?
use
Yeah.
two
Oh,
minds
do you want some
to.
anyway?
Your perspective is suddenly that of you looking at Needle's body being touched on the arm.
Okay. So there's nothing weird.
I mean, there's probably a little oddness to seeing yourself in the third person.
Is there any way, I'm asking out loud, is there any way to know, to tell if someone has had their memory modified, be it them or us? Someone's being fucked with because we both clearly have different versions of the same events. And considering
I'm not aware of any techniques to detect whether memory has been modified, but I know that there is ways to wipe modifications.
if that happens, I mean, you could use the spell on us and on them, then we could.
My focus is to the arcane, not to the divine, so I will have to summon a cleric still.
Wait, where's to Oscar? Where's your cleric friend? Did she come with us? She.
Oh,
we haven't seen her since our.
No, she was one of the ones that vanished.
And she
We
didn't
thought
come
she would be with you.
back? No.
We have not seen anyone. it was me, Needle, and Tiso that woke up. Brochen woke up, aged, and Stan was dead for a while. We saw no one else, no signs of any ships or any of the
Oh,
rest of
strange.
you.
Well, we woke up and some of the crew and some of our members of the thing had vanished.
Is he acting weird?
Maybe an insight check.
How did we
Feels
say
like he
that
is.
awakened mind works again? 'Cause I remember using it to see images before.
You can sort of, if the person is unconscious, you will get the images of the things they are thinking about. But if they're conscious, it's just a two-way communication that they internally choose what to say.
Okay, so he can't send me images when he's awake.
No,
Okay, cool.
Was that perception or insight you asked for?
insight.
25. So that was in that 20.
On a nat 20, he is. I mean, acting odd is a strange thing to be. Like, he's telling you. You believe he's telling you what he thinks is the truth, but he's also witnessing his friend be unaware of what he thinks is the reality of their situation. Like, it would be the equivalent of you going to the shops with someone and then them coming back and going, "We never went to the shops." You'd be like, "We just did that."
Yeah. Not so much with us, but like to the news that like his friend that he thought would be with us is missing and unaccounted for. Does he seem unconcerned? Like
He's sort of rolling with the punches quite well.
okay. So okay.
You would classify it as probably a little odd that he's not that bothered, but then you're also not that familiar with how he was when you guys left, and you're also not sure how competent this priest is. Maybe she's massively more competent and they're just not worried. That sort of thing.
That's fair.
He does seem a little, not cold, but
Okay.
I'm trying to think if there's any command words that would work here, but I don't think there is, because he doesn't remember shit.
I think
I could go remember, but he could remember anything.
remember.
I don't
When I
know
was
what-
5, I fell.
I don't know
No,
if there's a
weird.
word better.
What the hell happened?
I have a little idea. Can I pull out the thing? Go. Hey, a quick question. Do you know what this is made of with the gold steel coin?
No, we've been over this before. They're symbols, just metal.
Just double checking. Gonna sit back in the pocket. Just double checking you didn't randomly pick up that information from nowhere. Do you know what this? Do you remember what?
How do you know it's God's steel? God's steel. What's God's steel?
Yeah, I'm not sorry.
Jesus.
Oscar falls over and
Wow.
takes out his leg.
Roll 55d4 and vicious mockery damage. You feel the word of power radiate through the atmosphere. That's definitely power word kill incident. Yama! And then they die. No, how did you know about Godsteel? What's Godsteel?
Long story.
It's a long.
It's not really a long story. He told us what it was.
He sensed it when we walked in, and then we.
Amazing. So, well, maybe he'll be able to help some more with your investigation as to what it is.
Maybe. We're more concerned about this issue right here.
It does seem like you guys have blanked a large portion of time.
No, you
No,
guys.
it
not
feels like
about
you've
that
blanked a long portion of time. We
There's
fully
a lot
remember.
happened.
I fully also remember. So, from my perspective, it seems like you guys are having an odd time.
That is
There's
what you'd
5 of
experience
us.
if you had forgotten.
Yeah, but on the flip side, that's also what you would experience
No, we
if we had forgotten.
We have more knowledge. I don't think that's how that works.
Okay, realistically, how would I? I'm just gonna move the cloak. Well, how would I have lost my entire everything?
You remove the cloak.
As I say, I'm just gonna move it to the side.
Roll me a luck check.
I'm okay with that.
What are you trying to show?
I spent the legs.
Yeah,
That's alright. Wait, do you want 100 or do you 20?
You could just go like
D100.
this. Show your arm.
That's pretty low.
That is.
That's a low amount of luck.
That is.
Arm.
It's alright.
It's going so well.
It's alright. Remember, we changed it. I infused it with something, so it's got a layer of cloth over it.
Yeah. He did do
Oh,
that.
yeah, he did.
That's a
He
thing
did.
that he
He
did.
did piss
It's
me
a
off
thing he
for
did.
Yeah, he
half
did.
episode to sew stuff on it.
Okay, continue.
Oh no.
So let's move it to the side. I'm just gonna pull up my spindly arms and go. I mean, if that didn't happen, how would you explain me having, well, no torso or anything? Is it?
And Rohan being 50 years older.
Yeah,
You've been missing for a while. The age
Fucking
is
60
concerning.
years?
The age is concerning. I'm not gonna lie, but you all aren't exactly running about mad, going, "How do we fix this?" This is not a scenario that we are being introduced to. That you are panicking in the midst of battle. That we are not having time to talk about things.
We were more concerned that you might be dead, but this is really high on the priority. Don't worry, but like,
No priority. I'm not bothered, honestly.
oh okay.
Nino just looks at you worried.
Can I have a donut?
Yeah.
No.
Thanks.
Whether or not
Oscar-
you believe us, there's like either group or both groups have had something done to them.
Yes, I agree, and I think we should get a cleric to
Yeah.
sort out what's gone wrong.
Yeah.
Yes, please. We should do that. No.
Very well. He sort of stands around. Any idea where a cleric?
We've only just
We
arrived
just
here.
got here.
Kind of us
We're a
too.
kind of
Arvel
open.
Arvel turns around and says, "I will send to summon one. Do not worry. Perhaps it is best nobody leave this room."
Okay. Good
Okay.
idea.
Yeah.
He pokes his head out the room and says, "Bartholomew, Bartholomew."
Bartholomew.
He gets you done.
He briefly pauses and puts his head back in the room. "Is there anyone here who would be opposed to summoning the Church of Bahamut? They are paladins of truth and justice. I rely on them quite heavily within my institutions. But if there was someone here who had any specific disagreements, or perhaps a difference of opinion in someone worshipping a god."
Just
And-
warn me before we get here. I'm gonna dance, and they do not like me dancing.
Yeah, he's not like dancing.
Very well.
They will
Perhaps refrain from dancing while in their presence.
He's a
Then.
notorious dancer.
kill me. That's why I have to warn me. I'll dance, but when they get here, I'll stop.
Why would you do that?
He pokes his head out and says, "Bartholomew, perhaps if you could contact the Lightbringer." And Bartholomew, "Yes, sir, right away."
Do any of us recognize that name?
Roll me a history check.
Can we all roll history checks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
History's so bad. No,
16.
16.
2.
6.
15.
The highest is 16.
What's that?
19.
19 plus
History should be not bad for you as well.
history- No, it's plus 1.
That's still.
20.
On a 16 and a 20, Lightbringer is a status within the Church of Bahamut. It is essentially a rank of someone who will found or run a sort of chapter area. It is the equivalent as to say, like, group leader of this area, but not of the whole church.
Wasn't Maynark suspected of working with them? Question mark.
Yeah.
Interesting.
If it's Moonarch that comes, I'm punching him.
I swear.
Just so you know.
Wait, last we heard he was in
Rahor.
Rahord.
Last you heard.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm scared.
Well, last we heard was yesterday.
Mhm.
I'm just saying.
This would be excellent.
Yeah, it would be great. So I'm gonna
Around
sit
half an hour goes by.
Half an hour, fuck it out.
It's a big town.
Yeah, it's a city. They have to. Poor Bartholomew has to walk places. He's not a wizard.
This is
There's no
Black all over
teleportation
again.
door to the
Fucking
church.
weird.
Tiso's very restless. Tiso's
We're
like...
gonna start wandering and shit.
Tiso
We're gonna
was...
start a
was
fight with a local baron.
and I'm saying
Yeah.
Tiso, you know, not me. Tiso was really hoping we'd get the answers we need here and this thing
Why?
would start, like,
Why
making
does
more
he think
sense
that?
and And things still
He just
haven't.
needs to be
So
grabbed.
Why
Tissa's
would you
getting
think
very
that?
antsy.
Silly doodle.
As everything's progressing, Oscar tries to make small talk with you. So what have you been up to?
Looking for you.
I see obviously that some injuries have happened. And
We thought
if
of
you
a
need any
folder.
advice,
Was
We didn't
Oscar
fight
there
before.
for ice changing?
No.
no.
I go, eyes.
Oh, strange. Very odd.
The weird coins stick over my eyes.
That sounds unpleasant. Are you okay?
I don't know. Apparently I cry some weird mythical metal now. So that's fun.
That's not the least useful thing to cry.
Maybe I'm an infinite source.
Please don't farm your own tears.
Looks at Tisa.
That's the weirdest
You were
thing
fucking
you've ever
collecting
said.
them and shit. You got a vial of it.
You do have a vial of their
I do.
tears. Just out of curiosity, when you say you were worried I died, what's your perspective of what happened that night?
You died.
There was.
That's not helpful.
We were attacked. By...
At least some things never change.
He did
I'm
that.
glad you said that because I was going to start suspecting that you were a different person.
Yeah, we were really worried.
No, we met Stan. We
I
did.
know, that's
We-
why I was worried for a second.
We were attacked.
Like
By
Sky.
pirates. By pirates. They blew up all of our ships and then theirs as well. The last thing I remember seeing of you guys was jumping overboard.
Miming at you.
Stan
and
miming
not
at you to,
understanding.
and I shouted
Hey,
at
you
you
can't
to.
blame me on that one.
I shouted at you to jump overboard, and you.
Roll me an insight check.
I can't remember if I actually did that.
Can I also?
This is just for the person who is talking, looking at them.
25. That was another nat 20.
Ooh,
25.
I love these
That's
dice.
pretty
You
fucking
see a flicker of a shadow of just like recognition.
Oh.
And you see him
good.
sort of
Start having a seizure.
Oh, fuck.
sort of pausing. Stan miming.
Yeah.
That does sound a little familiar. I don't know why that sounds familiar.
I don't know why you both just didn't leave.
Yeah, you
It's
was
good
you
that
and
sounds
Maltera
familiar.
that
He
were-
sort of turns to look at Maltera.
They blew out. the
Didn't we
base
have a
of the ship
dream?
and-
Didn't I have a dream like that at some point? Didn't I dream we got attacked?
What about a badger?
There was a badger.
A
ringing
badger?
bells?
I was carrying the
They
badger
might
when I
not-
shouted
If
at
it
you.
helps,
I was holding it.
Oh.
when I flew to look, because I that's kind of when this whole weird patron thing started. They had taken out the levitating rocks that make skyships.
The floatstones.
Yeah, they had
They-
taken those out, and
They'd taken out basically the entire lower half of the ship, and all it seemed like all the passengers
yes,
had fallen.
I remember asking you what to do, and you just saying to help. But that's kind of the last time I spoke to you.
Did you arrive?
Very odd.
Did you arrive here in the Carrion Crow?
Because we
Wait,
checked
I
when the
remember
carrier
arriving
didn't
there.
arrive. When we checked.
No, the Carrion Crow was to Nimbus.
No,
The
no.
Water's Wake or something?
That's the ship you were reported on as arriving on, but we
Yeah,
set off
that sounds right.
our journey. We
set off.
started on the Carrion Crow.
Yeah, and Dragonspark.
No,
We
leaving
were in the Carrion Crow.
leaving Nimbus.
Leaving Dragonspark,
Leaving
yes.
Nimbus. We were on the
We
Carrion
never
Crow.
went to Dragonspark.
Yeah, we did.
No,
We
we didn't.
left Dragonspark.
We left
to go.
Dragonspark to get to Nimbus.
Tisa wasn't there.
Yeah, he was.
Tisa wasn't.
Oh no,
Tisa
Tisa
wasn't
wasn't.
there.
We met Oscar on Dragonspark.
Yeah, we
Oh,
met you at the wedding.
okay.
Yeah, we met at the wedding on Nimbus. I forget.
No,
what
we
it
flew on the Carrion Crow
Yes.
from Dragonspark, and then the wave, something about the waves for the next one. It's a bit fuzzy, but
No, we left on the Carrion Crow. The Carrion Crow went down when we were
The crashing wave.
Yeah.
that's what it was. Yeah, the crashing wave. That's what we rode out
never
on.
set foot
We've
on
never
it.
set foot on that ship.
Yeah.
This does seem like another one of those someone's got false memories
Yeah.
thing.
You
Yeah.
just said your memories were fuzzy.
Yeah. And what? You've got perfect recall?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well-
frankly.
Well, good for you.
That kind of solidifies our side.
It's normal that people don't.
What about
Not this
fire
much.
and
You said you had dreams. What?
Yeah, what happened?
Everyone
to your
has dreams.
Fuck you.
You know the dream.
I'm sorry. I have dreams, Iona.
No, he stole my frog.
Oscar, do you remember what happened in the dream you were just talking about?
I'm just thinking because
Out of curiosity.
For the record, my memories are crystal clear. The dream is fuzzy, and that is, if anything, most normal.
No, yeah.
That's okay. Just
Do you remember
work for it.
anything?
Yeah, I guess something about pirates, Stan miming.
Mm-hmm.
you don't think
Wait a minute.
that's a funny coincidence?
Don't we have the pirate hat?
Yes.
cool.
We have the
Yeah,
pirate hat.
Pistols as well.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
would
pistols.
the
Yeah, I
pirate
mean-
have that hat?
It's a strange coincidence,
Why are
sure.
you being so difficult about this?
Okay, on the contrary, we show up in your life and tell you your memories are wrong. Why are you being so difficult
and you
about
show us
this?
a bunch of proof of your memories being
My
real.
my proof of
I
my
will-
memories being real is
I
that
will
I
take a step back.
Oscar.
Oscar, we've had a really long fucking week, and we thought you
We
were
have.
dead, and we've been trying to. There's a fucking conspiracy, and there's end of worlds type of shit, and we
Mhm.
finally found you, and now you're not believing us when we
I
That's-
did not say I did not believe there's a conspiracy. In fact, on the contrary, I'm here to help with all of that.
That's good.
Then listen to us.
We are listening
Okay.
to you.
Okay, Oscar. You're a very.
It's just a tough pill to swallow
That's
that
okay.
my memories are all wrong.
That's okay, Oscar. You're a smart man, right? You know magic,
Mhm.
right? You're very smart. Okay, so I trust you to know, as a very smart man that knows magic, that there's a possibility that maybe your memories have been tampered with.
Agreed.
In the same way, I can do that.
And on the contrary, I'm sure as reasonable thinking adults, you can all compromise that that is also technically possible on your end.
That is true. So
How would my
Just
family
be
be
open.
dead then?
They both got hurt by his
just be open to the
What?
idea of it.
How would my family have died then? They died in that fight.
We did.
Your family?
What?
Oh yeah.
What are you talking
I've
about?
told you about it.
Oh, that
I forgot your
I-
I thought you meant
So-
your family, like your.
I
your
didn't
clan,
realise
not
you
your
were
sibling.
travelling with your family.
Oh yeah, I was.
That
we
makes
didn't
no
find
sense
out
to
they
me.
died.
They had to
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I
Sam's
wasn't
not
always.
dragonborn.
Yeah, no.
He's a kobold. There were 3 kobolds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, having had no context to any of this, I can't begin to explain how or why that's wrong or right. If that seems fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
I can't argue that.
what he means is that siblings died. He's
In the same way that it is possible that my memories were tampered with, it is also possible that upon your vanishing, your memories were tampered with, and then everything happening from that is consequential to what would have happened within the timeline that you forgot. Does that make sense? Like, say you were in that battle, sure, absolutely, and we forgot about it.
yes.
That is just as jarring to me as the suggestion that you don't know what happened to you and someone has given you false memories.
I understand.
You understand where I'm coming from?
That's
Yes.
okay.
It's just unreasonable to not expect me to believe immediately upon the mere suggestion that I've had my memories tampered with.
Mhm.
It is unreasonable for me to suggest the same to you.
Hypothetically,
Yes, Daniel, I suppose you may speak.
Would it help if I could attempt to get a god into this
Oh
conversation?
my god.
Absolutely not.
which
Don't
one?
even don't try.
I don't understand what's going on.
Which one's
But if you have a way to have a divine intervention to prove who's telling the truth, that would be most
Yeah.
ideal.
Perfect.
You have a lot of spells.
Can I just turn around and go, is everyone okay with that? Is everyone okay with that?
Sure.
Particularly.
Sure.
Arvel looks around and says, I did just send for another deity.
It's not going to work, don't worry.
Very well.
Just out of sheer spite.
But it almost never works. So.
I've never tried
I mean,
before.
we did meet this guy.
Oh, I thought you were just gonna like talk.
No,
to
you
me.
low
I-
IQ specimen.
I think he's talking about trying to summon McMahon.
McMahon!
Okay, reasonably in character. We have seen this deity before, so we
I
know
thought
it
he
can
was
happen.
talking about the other
As you
thing.
scream McMahon, you get no response.
Thank God.
Is there something that you would like to try and do to entice him to pay attention? You know that McMahon has only ever shown up when you've been entertaining.
Okay,
You can entertain.
Don't you dare start dancing.
how long till the clerics get here?
They will have to knock on the door prior to entering.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Well, assuming Bartholomew doesn't just let them in.
Okay. So,
I call it even odds within the next 5 minutes.
You don't need to dance.
Please don't dance.
We can fight.
Sparring, square goal, you know.
Square
sparring.
goal, right?
Square goal. You and me outside Costa Car Park, 3 in the morning. Square goal.
Square goal like eh?
Whatever he
Go,
does, I'm gonna use thaumaturgy to make a cheering crowd to help him.
Okay.
Come on in. Square goal.
To give him
Just
help.
to
If that-
see
So
if
who are you sparring? Soren?
I guess.
Both of you make me performance checks.
I've never had to do this in a fight.
18.
That was
Yeah.
terrible.
6.
6.
Damn.
Stan, you're giving it your all. Your proper wrestling behaviour. You call out that their wife was a whore at some point. You claim to
Never
have
been
slept with
married.
their father. And Soren is giving you nothing back to work with. It is a sad sight of you just verbally bullying Soren as Soren goes, none of these facts are real. None of this.
Never
None
been
of-
married. You
no.
never met my dad.
Thaumaturgy
My
cheering.
dad's dead.
Sorry, you gotta try that. You gotta try that. Come on.
I said we would fight, not this. This
You need to
is.
get in the spirit.
This is McMahon. Go get in the
Symbolism's
Ah,
important with these things.
Hey, can the people like show up now? It's getting sad.
No.
As this is happening, you all hear a knock on the door.
The cheering stops.
Arvel looks at you all.
Don't worry. It's
Oh.
fine.
Shall we
Yes.
entertain? Very well. He opens the door and in steps a very buff dragonborn. This is a gold scaled dragonborn
Holy
with
shit.
silvery accents all along the scales.
Ooh.
Huge symbol of the platinum dragon embroidered into not embroidered, embossed into his gigantic breastplate. This female dragonborn, as she walks in, is probably about 7 foot tall, probably 200 kilo in weight before you do any of the armor adding to that. This is a beast of a lady with a gigantic two-handed warhammer strapped to their back and a shield on their hand at their side, like strapped into the armor, ready to go. Hello there.
Hi.
Hello, Kenobi.
Hello there. From the background, Stan goes, General Kenobi.
Needle bows trying to be polite. Because she's
Rise, child, you need not bow
She
to me.
saw elves do it.
Rise, child, you need not bow to me.
Has the situation been explained to you?
Ah,
Yeah,
I was
she has to.
I was informed that someone may be suffering from some false memories and was in need of either a zone of truth or a restoration.
Yeah, we don't
Point.
know.
I
We think
of
they're
those would be
suffering.
fine.
They think we're suffering.
Yeah, he's being stubborn about it. But
Very well. Shall we start with the simpler of the two, assuming that neither one of you is lying? Hope
Yeah.
that is the case, or it's been a waste of my time coming here.
Yep.
Shall we start with the zone of truth?
Sure.
Sounds like a good plan.
I will warn you. Anyone who fails, I will know,
Okay.
which means anyone who succeeds, I will also know. If you do not voluntarily fail, I will assume that this is being done in bad faith, and things will progress swiftly.
Yep.
Does that sound fair?
Mhm.
Wonderful. Anyone who is assumed to be lying will assumed to be some sort of guilt.
Yep.
Does that seem fair? she cast the Zone of Truth.
I don't
Who-
like that you're grinning about
Who
this.
would like to pass and fail? Would anyone like to even roll? Or will everyone voluntarily fail?
Voluntarily failing means that you're under the effect.
Forced to tell the truth.
Then yeah, I'll fail.
Or forced to only speak true
Okay,
facts.
then I'll fail.
Oh fuck! I'm telephone leader. Oh shit! Sorry,
Yeah,
guys.
literally.
Shit, fuck, shit.
What? If you choose to fail, she will know that you are only able to tell the truth. Like,
Oh right, to like fail the
Fail the
actually
roll.
the
Yes,
thing actually.
yes.
Oh yeah, is
Right.
it
The
okay
saving
with
roll.
the bathroom, please?
yes, of course.
Cool.
Let's pause for a brief moment.
Yay!
Okay, and we are back from our brief intermission. So,
Well, hello there.
no one tries to succeed on a Zone of Truth.
No.
No.
Everyone can only speak true words.
Fun.
So, Arvel looks you all up and down, looks at the paladin.
And as far as we can tell, Oscar and Mortera have
Well,
also.
Arvel looks at the paladin, who says, "Excellent. No one has chosen to fight the spell, so everyone is only available." Yeah. The Church of Bahamut is only for paladins.
Ah.
Um,
Cleric. Terrible.
Okay.
Okay.
So, I suppose we should start things off by saying, has anyone been lying to us about these memories?
No.
No. No.
And simultaneously, Oscar says, no.
Uh-oh.
I got surprised really.
We're at a roadblock a bit faster than I expected.
Did you expect them all to just say yes?
Maybe.
So, is there any other questions that you would like to pose to Oscar?
What's your favourite colour?
Oh my god.
Oscar thinks for a little minute. I suppose red?
What's yours?
Purple.
Ah.
What happened during the days where we were missing?
Well, we sent sending spells to try and contact you. We travelled in the ship. The crew done their daily duties. We arrived in the Titan's Rock. We came to the dock. We introduced ourselves. We were invited to Arvel's house.
On what ship did you arrive?
The Crashing Wave. We've discussed this.
You said that the cleric was missing and
Hmm.
we thought she was with us. How many of the crew are missing? For?
Well, there was the bosun. He went missing, so a new person was promoted. The cleric, our fighter, went missing.
All
It
the
leaves
same
her-
as us?
Yeah, it leaves our official membership as just me and Maltera for now.
Because those three were the only other official members.
They were travelling with us. When we arrived, we met up with some of the rest of our party. Some of them were not invited to the wedding, but they were work colleagues, not close friends and family. You understand?
Yeah.
And as well, if the Giant's Hammer were to all at once stop all operations, there would be a little bit of contract breach. You can't just... not every warrior has the capacity to just drop everything and attend a wedding. So, we compromised.
Okay.
Is there anything else you want to ask us?
When you mentioned your family died, I wasn't aware that you had family with you. Are you okay?
Quite honestly, no. I am horrifically in pain, but I am dealing with it.
Just lean on Stan a bit. Not like hugging him, but I'll lean on him.
How much do you know about the stones and the investigation? How much do you remember about it? What we mentioned about it.
Well, I remember that we discovered a language in the far north, and that the runes are in that language. Maltera has been good at translating them thus far. Um, the strings that connect you to this other deity. Oh, interesting fact. You said that your brother and sister died?
Yes.
The But the connection was to you, not to them? Or the coins are still with you? Or
The coin's with me, but I don't know if the string goes to them. I've never seen the string since you left.
just it was just a thought? Seems odd coincidence that you would be the survivor if you were the one that the coins were bound to.
Hmm.
I mean, I was saved by my god. It wasn't the coins.
That
Huh.
you know of. We don't know how powerful this thing is. It could influence gods. We don't know.
Yeah, it's very perfect.
What? What?
Bless you.
Needle knows something she's not saying.
Whoa.
She doesn't have to say anything.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
That's what
pretty sure Vinny remembers it, and he's going to sit there and like, oh, I don't think he knows.
Me? Or Snap? I don't know things.
Us,
Us, okay.
we lack the knowledge.
Shall we proceed with checking modifications?
Before we do, I have got one more question to ask.
Very well.
Where'd my stuff go?
Fuck.
Oh no.
What stuff?
Oh, I've been noticing I'm missing a lot of stuff. I'm missing my cleanser ball. I've misplaced a lot of money, but we both know that won't happen. I love money,
We
so I suspect.
You don't have to say anything.
we didn't take your money. Did we? Did we take his money?
It is truthful to say that you didn't take his money
You spent it.
because it was in your possession when you spent some of it.
Yeah.
Like,
this
you
time-
believed him to be dead,
Yeah.
and you spent some of the money that recently came into your possession.
He knew about that though.
He
The
did.
Most recent time he was away, we didn't spend or take any of his money.
But Stan holds grudges. You remember a while ago where you stole money from me? A long
Yeah.
while ago.
Yeah. You were dead.
No, when I was alive. You stole money from me before that.
I did. Yeah, I
So you did steal money from me.
We might as well end this now.
Yeah.
No, I don't think we should. I want answers.
This is not.
Sounds actually
your birthday.
Yes,
Yes,
that's
it's my
actually your birthday.
Oh shit. Good.
Happy birthday.
I just needed to know that. Sorry.
So, where's my cloud of smoking in a bottle?
No, it's not here. None of us have it.
Arvil pipes up. Perhaps there are more pressing
Yeah,
matters to
Thank
attend.
you. Thank you. Yeah.
I understand
Had
that you
you
seek
lost-
justice.
Had you lost?
Do not speak to me of loss.
Oh
my god.
I believe your species lives for 5-6 years. You
About
are
4.
what? 3?
Yes.
I'm
Dice.
475.
Jesus. That's not. Who's
The
Jesus?
eons I have lived are incomprehensible to your species.
You are correct.
I understand that you feel you have been wronged in this capacity, but this is not the forum to be doing that. Perhaps this is something to be privately discussed with the members of your party. Do you agree?
Yes.
This is the only way I can guarantee they give me truthful answers. But I suppose I can find a paladin later down the line.
That is wise of you to suggest. So,
Agreed.
and then he looks to the paladin who says, "Very well," and you all feel the truth ebb from the conversation. The zone of truth is lifted. So, who would like to be restored first?
I'll go.
Very well. And as you come towards the paladin, she holds out her hand. This may sting just a little.
Okay.
And you feel her enter into your consciousness as her palm is placed on you. You feel her almost in a pulse search through your mind to see if there's anything that's been tampered with. And you feel her tense around your skull slightly.
Oh.
There is something here.
Oh.
Do I have your permission to unlock a memory?
I guess. Yeah.
Very well. And you feel a blinding heat inside your skull.
Mm-hmm.
And as you do, you remember a dream. A dream you thought you had forgotten.
Okay.
Oh.
A dream you had when you were very young. Maybe 6, 7.
Okay.
It was a dream of a wolf through the woods.
Mm-hmm.
And you remember as if in the dream you are having a vision of what will be.
Mm-hmm.
You see that you are being hunted by a wolf.
Okay.
As you realise this, you realise that the age you were in the reality is part of a separate dream. So you're now having a memory of a dream where you dreamt that you were young and being hunted by a wolf. And I think you feel layer after layer after layer being revealed through you of manipulations through dream
Oh.
until you get to not long ago where you had the dream of being young, of seeing the visions of your uncle in the woods, and then even closer to now where you have the dreams of your father asking you to instruct the Dream King to return.
Yeah.
As you do, you remember through fact of dreaming a name.
Mm-hmm.
Phantasmus. A name that you've heard whispered your whole life. It is an odd sensation of suddenly remembering that almost every time you've dreamt, you've heard whispers. That you've known the name your whole life, but have been forgetting every time you wake up.
Okay.
And I think you feel that revelation of every dream you've ever had, you've heard one name. All hit you all at once. And the paladin raises her hand.
What
Better?
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Everything okay?
Sorry.
What the fuck?
It seems that may have cleared up some of the issues.
No, it did not. It just added more.
Was
No?
it related to the...
No.
Oh, okay, so there's no issue.
Is this personal?
We can talk about it later.
Okay.
Okay.
That seems unhelpful.
Well,
It's not to do with this.
Who would...
May I ask, the memories that were revealed, they are not of the nature that you were discussing?
No. No.
Well, I'm happy to have helped in whatever personal manner that has accidentally been crossed here.
That's one of us.
Concern.
How about one of them now? Oscar? Maltera?
As
Turn to them.
you suggest Oscar or Maltera, they go, well, hang on, it seems as though something has happened to you. Perhaps we should continue revealing your false memories. No?
I remembered some dreams, something not related to this at all. It is from when I was a child. It has nothing to do with...
I'll just go ahead with me. If that's what you'd like, Oscar.
How many times... Sorry, how many...
Yeah,
how many times can this be done?
I have a good number of spell slots. I should be able to continue for a while. I will let you know if you're coming to the end of my well.
I step forwards very happily.
As she places her hand on your skull, you feel no pressure. The spell slot is expended. You feel nothing odd. Well, it seems your memories are
Quite intact then.
correct,
Mm.
so to speak.
I'd like side grin smugly angrily, a little angrily at Oscar.
The hostility seems harsh, but I will step forward.
He's had a rough day.
Yeah.
He's had a rough week. He's been stuck with us.
He's going for it.
As he steps forward, you see, for the first time, Maltera starts looking a little agitated. And the crew seems to be a little agitated. And as Paladin places her palm on Oscar's head, you see him make me an insight check.
Delightful. Oh, dang it. So
Mine's loading really slowly.
Did anyone get lower
14.
than a 15? Okay, 14.
yes.
13 plus 3.
So no. So 2 people got higher than a 15. Very well. As you see this happening, the 2 people that got above a 15, you see the Paladin's brow furrow a little bit as she is expending pressure further and further into Oscar. It's... hang on a minute. And you see her visibly start to glow with more divine energy, trying to push past something. And just as you do, you see Oscar's eyes start to widen in panic. And then you watch him visibly calm himself.
Oh.
Sort of nod. And then the Paladin pulls her hand away. I've cleared up something, but I don't know what it was. How do you feel? Oscar says. I feel fine.
Anything? And any insight? Anything new?
Nothing relating to the memories of the ship.
Or maybe the block's too powerful to be undone.
What happened? Why did you need to use so much power?
Yeah,
That was quite visible.
I was pushing through something. I believe I overcame it, but it was powerful memory modification.
Do you know for sure if you overcame it? Is that something you can tell?
I am, to a reasonable degree, pretty sure.
So there is some memory modification in there, though.
Regardless of my success, there is modification or was modification.
Okay.
That was very powerful.
What was it that she uncovered, Oscar? Anything?
Some old memories from childhood, some repressed injuries of the accident.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
So the same for Maltera? I look at Maltera and she look pissed off.
Make me an insight check.
Okay.
I will remind everybody that they are free to make any insight
16.
checks that they would like to be making.
Can I look around at the rest of the crew that aren't Oscar and Maltera? Do they seem? How do they
Make
seem?
me an insight check. Maltera looks as if she is hiding anger.
20 for me.
Less than
Against
that for me.
what?
Insight
Who are you
as well.
looking at, though?
Oscar, actually. I was going to say the crew, but actually mainly Oscar is my
So a
attention.
20 for Oscar.
Yeah. It's not a nat 20, but...
On a 20, you see just the glimmer of his pulse elevating as he speaks. And you would be familiar with the reaction of adrenaline coursing through someone's body as they lie.
Oh.
How about... Would you be able... I turn to the Paladin. Would you be able to cast Zone of Truth again?
I could, but I feel we are past that, no?
Maybe we should just talk to them later. In private. Because it seems like he doesn't want to speak with people in the room.
Or he just doesn't want to tell the truth to us.
That's fair. I like to volunteer to go next. See if there's anything.
Sure, absolutely.
So it's just become a let's see who has weird dream shit.
Therapy.
Yeah.
Rokan, Stan, you both go, and no memories are revealed to you. Stan, you do feel a little odd with the, like, you are 1/3 of all the memories. So there are blanks in your memory, but they are not magically put in there. They are just sort of, there are days upon end that are
Just a cloak.
just you in a cloak, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we get to Maltera, who goes through the same thing. Seemingly no false memories.
That's weird.
Nothing detected.
Really?
Seemingly.
Well, the paladin doesn't find any. Do you go next?
Sure.
Oh,
See how
gosh.
this is gonna go.
Delightful.
As you feel the pressure, you watch as the paladin starts to glow with that pushing through something extra light.
Uh-oh.
And then you see her physically start to recoil and wither.
Oh.
Her hand starts to turn
Wither?
black at the tips. And
Jesus.
she fully stops casting the magic and starts casting on her own skin to save her hand.
What the
shit.
fuck was that?
I shall not attempt to invade whatever you are keeping private.
You know what? That actually makes sense. Sorry about that.
I fear you have been touched by something dark.
Yeah.
That damn mollusk.
Should you wish to explore this further, if this is an effect you are not aware of,
I'm not
it
aware
might
of
be
it.
worth you exploring it with some clerics.
I see.
I am but a paladin.
Good to know, thank you. Nito has an existential crisis.
Well, this has been enlightening in all the wrong ways.
Yeah.
By the way, this is random, but I got a 22 frenzy. Can I inside the butler? I want to see what Bartholomew is doing here.
Is he even here?
He's shook.
You stick your head out the room and stare intently at the butler. Just a piercing glare, and you see a man who has devoted his entire life to being perfect. This is a man who wants, beyond and above all, to be recognised for his attention to detail, for his... Like, this is a man that wakes up in the morning, and if he sees a speck of dust in the wrong place, will absolutely ruin someone's day. The staff need to be on top of shit. This is the sort of, like, Alfred Batman level of butler competency.
Levi Ackerman.
This is a man who cares so deeply about his job and his perfectionism.
Aww.
I'll go to pat him on the shoulder and I go, nah, I can't do it. Just go, You're doing good, buddy. And just go back in.
Yeah. I'm still glaring at Oscar.
Oscar's still looking bemused back.
I'm sus of Montero.
I'm also sus of Maltera.
Well, it seems as though we are at an impasse, says Oscar.
You were lying.
We were under a zone of truth, my friend. That
No,
is not how
after
that
it.
works. Lying about what?
I don't know. You tell me.
That's not how lying works. If I was lying, I wouldn't just tell you. And separately from that,
Oh, we've
you've
got a
accused me
solution
of
for that.
something. You've accused me of something
Can you tell if people
with
are
no
lying?
evidence.
Do you have something?
Why don't you prove I was lying? See how that works?
Okay, let's cast Zone of Truth again.
Very well. He stares you dead in the eye.
Cool.
And turns to the
Look,
paladin. Yes, of course, I will cast Zone of Truth, and she casts it. Would anyone like to fight it?
No.
As soon as it is cast, Oscar looks at you and says, "What did you all get up to in the smokestacks?"
What did I get up to?
What's the source Is that
We went shopping for I continued my work as an adventurer. I got the license from here.
I don't even know where this. Well, Okay, I can't say I don't know where the smoke
Smokestacks. I've
And it,
never heard of it.
actually, technically, because Skylands move, you can say that truthfully. It would be false of you to say you've never heard of them, but I don't know where it is.
Do I know that it's a Sky City?
Yeah.
Then that would be bad faith to say. Like, that would sound stupid to say I don't know where it is. 'Cause
It would be stupid to say,
Yeah.
but
I've never been there.
that's a perfectly fair fact.
Were you lying just now?
About what did you go up to in the smokestacks? No, I'm
No,
genuinely
no,
curious as to how a
about
world
Was
leader
T
died.
Was T
What
so
was-
right to accuse
Did you hear
of
him?
lying? Yes, I did.
What?
I'm choosing to ignore it.
He
What did
said,
he say?
I'm genuinely curious to hear what you were doing while a world leader died.
Oh.
Visiting friends, I guess. They
No,
saw
that's
your
not
friends?
true. While a world leader was dying, you were not visiting friends.
No, we
So
were.
Needle can't say that.
I was at work.
As in, like, I don't know how.
Now that is true. You can say I was at work.
We followed Stan
we
at
were
work.
working.
Yeah, we were doing a job.
Interesting. What job was it?
I was
We-
driving.
We were trying to help people uncover a murder.
No, we weren't.
And that's all?
Yeah, we were hired by a family to solve a issue that was private.
So,
Very well, I
You're being
apologize.
really weird.
I apologize for my...
were you lying about what was uncovered?
No.
You said nothing much.
I was not lying when I said that there was childhood memories uncovered
Maltera.
and that they involved injuries.
What
Did you-
other memories were uncovered?
Now, I did not lie about anything,
Sure.
Yeah.
so it seems
other
in bad
memories?
faith for me to be answering that.
Were there any memories that were important to this investigation?
Define important.
Anything that could possibly have a sway in the scenario that we're in right now.
You're
Oscar,
thinking real
why are
hard
you
right
holding
now.
something back? Aren't these your friends?
Of course, these are my friends.
Maltera, why do you look so angry right now?
For the first time you hear Maltera speak, I am angry because you're pressing a person who's very important to me to share facts about their childhood that they don't wish to
We
share.
don't want
We
to
aren't
know
doing
about
that.
their childhood ones. We need to know.
You see Arvel start to stand in a protective way. Oh, there's a butterfly on the window.
Oh, pretty buddy.
Um,
Arvel stands with the butterflies.
Arvel stands and says, Oscar, I believe it is in bad faith for you to be avoiding this question given how far we have come in this investigation. And Oscar, for the first time, looks a little sheepish. Very well. Some of the memories that were uncovered, I suppose, could probably be interesting to the party. However, I don't wish to share them.
Why?
I believe that the nature of these memories will lead to only bad outcomes
Okay.
For who?
for all involved.
Okay.
Are they pertaining to what happened during the week where you thought we disappeared?
Yes.
Maltera, what do you remember about what we're talking about? Like the pirates. If you don't have any false memories.
Well, I remember the whole conversation.
No, as in about the attack.
They never got their memories clear, I don't think.
No, they
Maltera
did, but they
didn't.
didn't have any.
Yeah,
false
that's why it's
memories.
weird.
Googling middling.
Yeah.
I believe I've made my stance clear on following with Oscar.
No.
Oscar said what he said,
Yeah,
and
but
I believe that to be true.
yeah, but Oscar said that everything he said is true. That's what that question covered, but you didn't say anything until now.
I fully believe that everything Oscar said was true.
To him.
I didn't say that. You added that.
Talk
You're
about
being a bit
this
weird.
to Soren later.
I suppose if Soren would like to have a conversation with me later.
Yeah.
Later.
Would you answer truthfully?
To Soren? Sure, assuming that there was no bad faith.
Okay.
Just to double check,
Bless you.
you're both who we believe you are. So you're actually Maltera, you're actually Oscar. Just while we're doing the truth. Looks at Maltera.
Just that little bit.
Humor me.
You watch both of them search for words to say, and the silence extends as they keep searching for words.
Guys. Buddies.
We are
You really?
Oh, they are.
This is a yes or no question, guys.
members of the Giant's Hammer.
Are you Oscar and Maltera?
We are
Are
here
you-
to help.
Are you Oscar and Maltera?
I look at
Arvel starts casting magic,
Yes,
and
so
I need everyone to roll me initiative.
Yes!
Excellent.
You would have thought it had to be that fucking.
Yeah, Oscar Modelo.
Fuck.
Shit. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I was just praying you guys wouldn't ask any real questions.
Yeah.
All the rest of it is avoidable.
Why aren't you fucking saying Okay, initiative.
Alright,
Really?
well,
16!
that's a 1 for me, plus 3, I believe my initiative
They're
is.
so sussy.
No, plus 5, so 6 for me. And I am also gonna. press this.
Now I'm even more curious about what the fuck kind of memories were just like covered with this random person who's now definitely not Oscar. Did we just
Where is
unlock
it?
some random
The injuries
Oscar
from my
trauma?
youth. Oh, stay in nettles, no.
So, from 25 to 20, anyone get initiative?
What
From
did Jizo get?
20 to 19 to 15,
I got 16.
and then 15 to 10,
Then
14.
14. And then, what did you get, Soren?
I got 8 and Tiso got 4.
he's got 6.
They rolled a 1 plus 3.
Plus 5.
Plus
Oh,
5.
plus 5. Never mind. Tiso got 6.
Wow.
No, I'm just.
Okay.
I have an idea, but it's gonna.
I
it's
let
gonna be
him
really
hug
dumb.
me. How
Was it
dare.
a nice hug at least?
Was it a nice hug?
It felt normal.
I feel like they're like weird clones that have memories implanted in them of being them.
Yeah.
And
But
that's
then
why
you
they're
could have said,
confused.
but then you could have said, yes, I am Oscar.
Mm.
They could have at least sent someone with the name Oscar.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
Just legally change your name to Oscar and say, yeah, I'm Oscar.
Thank you.
That should be a standard if you're doing spy.
I miss the real Maltera.
I miss Oscar.
She's my favorite.
Yeah, I knew he was a fucking
Yeah.
asshole this whole time.
He's so sussy.
I want to know where Sadie is.
Sadie. Did
Yeah.
he really tried to expose us there?
I know, he so did.
Oh.
I didn't know that how to word it because I was like technically they are friends and in the sense that they're church people.
Oh.
And
Yeah,
then I
but
was like,
it's not true to say that you were visiting them while you were committing the murder.
oh.
That's what I was saying is it's not true to say that you were visiting them while you were killing a world leader.
However, we were doing a job.
Well, we were
You were doing a job, which is why I was like,
We were
can't argue with that
visiting
one.
their house.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
eventually.
were.
doing the act.
So,
Drove a car there.
up first is going to be Oscar and Maltera.
Ah.
You watch
Oscar and Maltera.
as Oscar holds up both his hands and says, "Now, I genuinely don't believe this should come to violence. This is," and they're still under Zone of Truth, everyone is. Zone of Truth has not dropped. Says, "I don't believe this needs to come to violence. Just because we're not who we say we are, doesn't mean we're not on your side.
What's
Explain.
happened to Oscar and Maltera?
Now it's Needle's turn.
Oh, right.
You've got initiative.
Can I see there's anything in this one?
Eldritch Blast!
Random stuff.
Overlord Tell!
Fucking die.
I know what I'll do. I am going to use Awakened Mind to
Mhm.
telepathically speak with him and be like, tell me the truth in here. I won't say anything.
Does Zone Truth work telepathically?
No, but if he
That's
does
not
mean
something
well,
you would know.
I know, but I'm curious.
because he's honest about meaning well.
Mm.
Because he said that out loud. So I'm just going to be like, tell the truth in here. What's up?
Yo, bro, what's good?
Buddy. Buddy, well.
At the end of your turn,
Mhm.
you get a vision. Just the projection of the feeling of fear and in Undercommon, we are undercover.
Why?
No shit.
That's the end of your turn. It is Arvel's turn, and for his action, he is going to cast Delayed Fireball,
Ooh.
and he is going to place his hand out in front of him, and you watch as power begins to build around this entity. The fire starts growing and growing and growing in his palm, and you watch him, as the power grows, he squeezes it tighter and tighter. And nothing happens for now.
Can I ask a clarifying question? Just to double check
Mhm.
something. He said it doesn't need to come to violence just because we aren't who we say we are. Doesn't mean we're not on your side. Who
Mhm.
did he say that to?
Everyone.
He say okay. I didn't. I just.
But if you analyse that sentence, what he is not saying is, I'm on your side. He's saying it doesn't mean we're not on your side.
Okay.
Although earlier on he did say in Zone of Truth, we're here to help you.
Yeah.
Whether or not his idea of help is put us in the ground.
I'm trying to figure out whether they think we're on the drow side or if
They
they're
might
on
think
our
we're on the
side.
drow side.
Yeah.
They might, because you fucking...
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened?
Okay.
Everyone who is familiar with Delayed Fireball, for every turn that passes while this Delayed Fireball is in effect, it will gain radius and damage.
Nice.
He's gonna blow his house up.
Oh yeah, you know when
He seems to be threatening it.
He lives in a furnace.
You know when I
Yeah.
heard their thoughts? Was
Mhm.
their voice sounding like Oscar, or does it sound familiar in a different way?
It doesn't sound any different from
Okay.
Oscar's.
Since Oscar is.
Up next is Brocan.
How big is this room?
Probably about 45 feet. Like,
Damn.
I don't know.
Do it.
No.
Just for the funny.
It's
Oh,
gonna be
God,
really
no.
funny, but
Don't do it yet. Do it once fighting starts.
is it a bonus action though?
I
need to.
Are you getting a bonus action?
No, shh.
Fair enough.
it's fair.
You got the. You got shushed.
I don't know. I don't think it's a bonus action. Okay. I'm gonna do it anyway. I would like to take one of my balls from the green bag of truth.
Trick.
I just
Not
yeah,
truth.
and just
Da-da-da.
I'm gonna ask where Oscar and Maltera are, and drop it. Just I want to ask them, but also drop it at the same time.
Right, you're not asking the animal.
No.
Right,
Alright,
I was
well,
like,
where are they?
I don't think it has any ability to tell you anything. I think it's just an animal. Roll for your animal.
Oh God.
You have the item up.
It's
It's a D8.
It's a D8, and then
I'm
whatever
really
animal it
for
is.
it to like try and be an intimidation tactic, and for you to roll a fucking weasel.
you got a giant elk. Oh no, this is not gonna go well.
Yeah, you say, where's Oscar and Maltera? And you drop a giant elk at your feet. Now, you are within the space of 6 seconds, you watch as Brocan drops giant elk, and then it starts growing and growing and growing and growing and growing until, Brocan, you're riding a 16-foot tall elk.
16. Nice.
And you guys are looking up at the biggest elk that you have ever seen in your life.
Whoa.
All of
you. So cool.
I believe it does get a turn,
It
Oh
does.
my god, yes.
but
I was just like, what the fuck?
Oscar spends his reaction to go, "What the hell happened?"
Oh,
And that is a truthful question. Stan, it's your... no, actually, sorry, it's the elk's turn. If you'd like it to do anything.
I'm not gonna get it to do anything now.
Cool. Stan.
okay. Hey, you guys wouldn't happen to be in league with 3 meters, would you?
You're asking Oscar Maltera, supposedly.
Yeah.
I have no knowledge of Dream Eaters.
Double check. Just double check. I'm gonna wander away from where the fireball. Just have fun. Just gonna walk away.
Soren,
Me.
you're up.
Your boyfriend's not there.
Cool. I'm gonna activate my primal savagery, and I'm going to also put my crimson right on it. So I'll take the damage from that in a second. But I'm not going to attack. I am just gonna reiterate, where the fuck are Oscar and Volterra? And then I'm gonna wait and see if they answer.
You get the sense that they've used up
Yeah.
the 6 seconds, so on their turn they may answer.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. I'm not taking an action. I'm just, well, other than that, I'm not.
Tiso?
What the fuck?
Tiso is just gonna. Man. I don't.
Aw.
Oh, dang.
Ah, dang it.
I don't know.
You can just ask questions if you want to, and then wait till they answer.
I'm
We'll
gonna
just have a conversation
step
by an
to
initiative
the-
order.
Yeah,
Yeah.
was it? Hey, how's it going?
I'm gonna step to the to the side of the room, step away to be able to have a view of the whole thing. You see what I mean?
Mhm.
And no, I'm gonna let that question
Bless you.
leave that question then,
Thank you.
because if I interrupt it, I don't wanna.
Up next is...
But
You
I'm,
happy
like,
for me to...
I've got a dagger out,
Okay,
and I'm
wonderful. Up next is Oscar Maltera. You watch them look to each other, and Maltera says, "I don't know where Oscar and Maltera is."
Oh, fuck, that's very concrete.
Fuck.
Fuck.
You should do anything else.
If no one is going to make any moves for violence at the moment, other than the fact that Arville is building this spell up for longer and longer, I'm happy to come out of initiative and keep this order should violence start.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Let's do
That makes sense?
Yeah.
Cool. Everyone may talk.
Okay, who the fuck are you?
I don't wish to share,
Can I,
says Oscar.
since we're out of initiative, can I mentally message her?
Dead staring at Oscar.
They fought at me in Undercommon. I think they're drow in disguise.
Can I think back at Needle, or?
Yeah.
That's how the spell works.
That's not fucking good.
Is the elks?
They might be okay.
Yeah, the elk
Yeah.
stays.
The
I
elk
doubt
will
it.
be here until.
They said they meant
sunrise.
well.
So does Maynark.
Good point.
Yes.
If we can just do stuff, I'm gonna kind of put a hand up at fiery
Arvo.
man and just be like to try and be like, it might be fine, we should talk vibes.
We're talking.
How many of whoever you're with are in this city?
How many of the people we are with are in
working
this city?
with.
The people. How many of you are not?
Who you say you are.
This seems a vicious question.
It's a necessary one.
You're taking the form of my friend.
And that's inherently evil?
No, but it is when you're coming to a world meeting to discuss incredibly important political events.
Maybe I just have an interest in the political.
My friend is missing.
That's not particularly my fault necessarily.
Do you know anything about the attack? Do you know anything about what happened? Anything at all?
I know what you told me.
Other than...
I'm gonna message them in Undercommon and be like, would it help if we spoke to you like this? Referring to
You get back. If our cover is blown, Arvel will slaughter us.
Is he safe if we don't do that? Like,
Is who safe?
are you planning on killing this guy if we don't?
You get back. If I had the power to kill Arvel, we wouldn't be here.
Good to know.
Do you know who Maynark is?
I do know someone called Maynark.
Does he have a scrying orb?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay.
Would he happen to be missing an eye?
Yes.
Hmm.
He sometimes wears a patch.
Would you?
Well, actually, I don't know if he's missing an eye. I assumed he was. I guess I spoke it true. He must be.
Well, as long as you believe it to be true, then you can speak it, correct?
Well, I believed it.
Would you be opposed to meeting us for a less formal?
Arvel
meeting?
speaks up. No one is leaving this room until the
Yeah,
answers are given.
That's fair.
That's fair. Fuck, how the fuck are you getting this?
Hey man, can you tell us where you think Maynark is, or where he could be?
I don't know.
What?
Sure.
In what way do you want to help?
I wish to help the organization that I work with to maintain world order.
And what organization is that?
It seems unhelpful to disclose at this time.
Is it popular?
In some
Am I
groups.
just playing 20 questions?
How long does zombie last, or is it concentration?
It's concentration.
Ah, fuck.
Do you
What?
mean to harm anyone in this room?
Not unless pushed to.
Oh.
Are you in this city to cause harm to other people?
In a literal
Who aren't
physical
part
sense.
of your organization?
No.
In a metaphorical sense.
That is difficult to quantify.
In a theoretical
I
sense.
cannot promise that my actions within this city will harm no one,
Okay,
What do you
but
know?
neither can anyone else.
that's true.
What do you know about the chained god?
Visible sweating
But
Those
and a
chains?
stonewall
I've
silence.
never heard of chains.
What?
He can't say that. It would be untruthful for him to say, I've never heard of chains.
I'll repeat the question mentally in Undercommon.
You had no response.
You're not helping your case here.
Sussy.
You do understand that
I am helping my
we're
case by not answering.
That's fair.
that's
It seems
Really
Marvel
guilty
here is
looking
not
for you.
going to let any of us out if you don't satisfy him with answers.
It would seem, given the precarious nature of your previous deeds, it would be worthwhile stopping these questions.
Well, they definitely know.
Oh, you don't know who that is.
Tiso knows that dodgy, but it's like I have
I do know who that is.
Have we met before?
You may recognize me.
Have
Yeah.
we had a private
Huh.
conversation before in a room?
In a room? Yes.
My God, not a room.
Fuck's sake.
Not a room.
No, please.
On a different island.
Fuck, guys.
Isn't this the first time
What
you've been here?
organisation are they from? Do I?
Isn't this the first time you've been here? If we had had any previous conversations, it would be on a different place.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they
Yes, we've had previous private conversations.
In a room alone.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they very definitely are doing this. Like, they
Mm.
definitely are speaking in the thing of, oh yes, we want to help. We will free everyone in the same way that someone says, I'll free you by cutting your head off so that you're free of this horrible realm.
Are you asking her out loud?
No, I'm not saying this. I'm just.
Neither just does a long sigh.
Why can't we? We've done nothing wrong
Mm.
in this scenario.
Like I said before, once I am familiar with the situation, I'm happy to let everyone innocent leave.
That's
I
okay.
also super don't want to leave them alone in Zone of Truth here.
That's true, but he
Because
says
they
once he
know
finds out
things.
who's innocent, which means he's found out who's going. Once he
None
finds
of
out
us
who's
are
going, bang.
innocent.
Hey,
None of
Steph.
us are innocent.
I am.
Maybe you should start dancing.
Stand
Start dancing.
That's a good point, actually. She drops it immediately and she's like, no!
Never smoke arena.
That's actually a really good idea. I get
Psychically,
really
psychically, Needle,
Huh?
you hear someone say
Mhm.
in a female voice,
Oh, this bitch.
what
I'm-
you think you have on me is nothing compared to what I have on you. Play along now. And then Oscar says to you out loud,
Mm.
Needle,
Mm-hmm.
this is ridiculous. It has gone on long enough. Accept that we are here to help you and allow us to leave. We are innocent of any crimes you're accusing us of.
That's true.
Accuse you of many.
And that makes our sentence true.
That's true.
Yeah.
Nido's just gonna to send back. How do we get out of this without that guy freaking out?
Once the zone
I'm
of truth,
amenable.
once the zone of truth is dropped, we will have a nice, easy time being friends. Just be friends.
I send back. Okay, we need to talk later though. Is that okay?
Agreed.
Right.
And you see Oscar go. Now, I think we can all agree that this has been a huge misunderstanding. Agreed?
Yeah.
Tiso hasn't heard any of
Yeah,
this
no.
internal blah blah blah. So
I
You-
said to Soren,
you
should
all-
move it.
You all hear Needle out loud say yes. And psychically, do you say anything else to them?
Yeah, psychically to them, I'm like, we need to go a bit. Really frantically.
Tiso,
Why?
To each of them individually.
Mm-hmm.
You all hear Needle say we need to go.
Well,
Tiso just out loud goes, why?
well,
Now, you, to all observing,
Yes.
it looks as if you've said yes and Tiso's asked you why you agree.
They seem to be meaning well. It might just be funky creature things.
Now,
funky
you
creature.
do hear Needle say that, which means you know Needle thinks that they seem to mean well.
We have been dealing with a lot of creatures that deal with weird, very hyper-realistic dreams. It could be something to do with that.
Yeah.
It's gotten everyone confused.
I'm glad you're seeing reason.
I hate this bitch so much, guys.
She turns to Arvel. It would be most appreciated if you would drop the spell. I think there's been a huge misunderstanding. And in the absence of anyone saying that that's a lie, given that they're also under Zone of Truth, Arvel starts to drop the spell. Are we all in agreement that
Yes.
this matter is resolved?
Yes.
Very well. Lightbringer, I am satisfied. It seems something has gone on here that is beyond my comprehension, but seems to be innocent in nature. Or at least according to the truthfulness of these people.
Apologies for the hassle.
Yeah.
That is okay. And you all feel Zone of Truth leave. And you see Oscar and Maltera start to relax. Oscar sort of looks around at you all and goes, well, I think we're all due for a private conversation out with prying eyes. Perhaps we can discuss those childhood memories that you seem so reluctant to be believing.
Yes, I'm sorry about that.
Yes,
I think we could all agree that this has been an unfortunate waste of the Dawn's time.
Don't push it.
Perhaps we should say goodbye to the Dawn himself.
Yes, of course. Bows.
And Arvel looks at you all. If everybody's happy leaving, I am happy to allow it.
Yeah, we'll keep.
This seems to be information that was flawed in some way. Perhaps in the light of new things, we will discuss it during the council in 4 days.
That's a good idea.
Agreed.
A good plan, yes.
I do have one more question.
Oh my god.
What is the Dawn's favourite colour?
Oh my god.
We are no longer in Zone of Truth. However, I will tell you from a personal nature, I've always been fond of Blue Flame. I think you remember that during his meditation, he was sitting in the middle of Blue Flame.
Thank you, and I will see you in 3 days. Please walk away again.
As I said, the council in 4 days will be... You are... If you wish to have another meeting with me...
I'll see you in 3 days, you won't see me.
Yeah, no.
If you wish to have another meeting with me, I am happy to arrange it.
Thank you. Alright, let's get going, guys.
As you are all about to leave, Arvel says, and as for our other business, if you would wish to talk to Ezekiel as suggested, he is staying within these walls. Bartholomew will be happy to deliver a message to him, and he will meet you at the earliest convenience if you so choose.
Bless you,
We
Dawn.
would appreciate
That is
Bless
most
you, Lord.
appreciated.
We would appreciate sending on a message. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Just while we're here,
guy
do you
who's,
know
like,
of any
Solomon.
clerics that could help me with this weird
Fireball.
ring issue?
You asking the Arvel, or are you asking the Lightbringer?
Both.
Arvel sort of looks around. Again, I'm not too familiar with the arcane magics, but I'm sure there are priests within the city that would be able to help. And the Lightbringer says, yes, I'm sure I could direct you to someone. If you would like to speak to me in private after your conversations with your friends, then I'm happy to do so.
Okay, I might come by again then. Thank you.
Very well. You all leave. And Bartholomew looks at you all and says, would you be adjourning to the bedrooms? And Oscar says, yes, I think we'll go back to our quarters now, if that's all right with you. And Bartholomew opens the door to the servants' quarters. You all accompany Oscar to his bedroom.
Why not?
Oscar and Maltera go to their bedroom. And they'll all look at you and say, I believe it's private in here.
How
Oh, no,
strongly
no,
do you
no.
believe that?
We got you out of there. We're getting our answers now. Or we're going right back in.
I didn't say anything other than it's private here.
Is it definitely private?
Seems
I wondered why you were so defensive.
just suddenly turn around and be like, no, you're not coming in here. It's private.
No.
It's just
Yeah, it's private here. Who do you think you are?
it's important that it's private.
We're ready to have a private conversation now. Who the fuck do you think you are?
So that's exactly what's about to happen.
It's just you understand it's important. This is private. We don't want to mess this up for you.
I understand.
Sorry. About that, we
And-
didn't know.
Given the nature of our previous engagements,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you can trust that we have taken all precautions
What?
to making this room private.
Oh yeah, Tiso.
Do you know these people?
Yeah.
Yes.
What?
We are friends from another time.
Friends is a fucking strong word.
I
Wait,
perceived
wait,
it to
wait,
be
wait.
true.
We are friends.
Good for you.
I perceived it be
Ish.
true.
Can I have an explanation, guys?
How private is this room? If we speak
She grins,
truthfully.
and you realise that Oscar melts away, armour included, to reveal
Pretty lady.
a tall, slender drow with long braided hair, tattoos of moonlight and spiders all across her skin, dark crimson blood red bodice with just like lace work all the way down to the floor and like a vampiric style dress
I missed her.
as she bows low, holding out a hand to kiss yours if you will present it.
Tiso, this is Ruby. Ruby, this is Tiso.
Boss, you're here.
Yes, indeed, Staniel. I wish to re-enter your services if you would like to take a new job.
No.
Tiso
Pen.
does not take the hand,
Maybe.
but bows slightly and takes a step back just to, again...
These are the
be at
people.
back of it.
That hired us to kill someone important.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Climb.
Yeah.
Which is why we definitely needed them out of zone of truth.
Yeah, that's why I started freaking out. Sorry about not explaining very well.
No, it's fine. I kind of figured out who they
Yeah,
were.
I tried to get-
eventually.
Yeah. I didn't want long pauses of conversation.
How did you
about
get this? How do you know?
Oscar and Voltaire.
it. Yeah, what is
What?
going on?
How do I know Oscar
No,
Maltero?
like, how do you know to take their forms?
Whoa.
Staniel.
Sorry, I forgot to run my sending stone.
Do you need to take that?
Random
Cool. So you don't need to take that, or
call.
you
I do
do?
not.
Right.
Someone's crying. Someone's crying.
No.
Shit.
How do you know to take these forms?
Yeah, this is why we were so concerned. Yeah, sorry.
I'm sorry, Tiso.
Why are we helping these people?
Because they know that we're the ones that killed the world leader.
That wouldn't be a
I send a
problem
message to
if
Tiso.
that
Tiso,
said-
shut up. Tiso, shut up.
Yeah, kind of
Ruby.
literal.
Kill them.
Ruby.
Scared noodle noises.
They're very
Ruby
bad.
stands tall. If you do not present your hand, she retracts and says,
I did bow to not, like, I don't
To
want
not
to
be
be
too rude.
disrespectful, but
I'm not gonna be
I-
disrespectful.
I'm not-
but fuck your handshake.
I'm not gonna be shaking the hand of someone. I am still not decided on whether or not I'm gonna attack them in 5 minutes.
Mm.
as she stands tall, she says, I understand that this can be jarring and confusing for someone who has not been here for the entirety of the story, but let me tell you from experience, I mean these people no harm. And I mean that truthfully, as you have just witnessed. Is that enough to continue on good faith for a conversation?
Do you mean other people harm?
Always.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
what
Who
that'd
doesn't think me?
Yeah, okay, fair.
It's religious.
wants to be
In the interest of honesty, I will also say, and she turns to Maltera, it is time, Edmund.
Oh,
Edmund!
And Edmund, you watch as Maltera sort of
Beautiful man.
like stretches the neck out, stands a little taller, and you see the slim but muscular visage of Maltera swell into the full plate mail of Edmund.
So cool.
Wasn't there more of you
There.
before?
Yes.
They did lose a huge chunk. We were there for
What
20
are
years.
you
That's
doing
what I said.
here?
Edmund's the rude one.
Yeah, I know.
I
Edmund's the paladin.
Yeah. Edmund's the one that held you by the neck, isn't it?
Yeah.
That when we first met.
But quite frankly, Stan's better now.
And
Yeah.
how the fuck did Arville
And that's
detect random stones on us, but not that you were disguising yourselves?
I'm also disguised. I was kind of surprised.
Now, not everything needs to be shared immediately. Suffices to say, the Drow are proficient in two things: spying and murder. We don't fail at either.
That brings me to my other question, and the more important one, which is what are you doing here?
Spying.
Why and who on?
Everyone. And because it is within the nature of Drow to possess information that they shouldn't.
It's kind of a bullshit
Oh, yeah.
reason.
As well, for the purposes of this conversation, Needle's gonna drop disguise self into Lolf attire.
You watch as Needle expends into her lolf attire,
And she's just gonna shake her head a bit and just kind of
extenuating the tattoos and going
take up
spider
the stance a
themed.
little bit. Go.
We're not on their side.
Are you just whispering?
No, they're
No.
psychic.
No, we're not on their side. Change clothes, you silly goose.
We're gonna kill them in a few minutes. What are you?
As in the interest of honesty, Ruby says, Theo and Bartholomew are also here.
Oh.
So anything that is psychically shared will be known as a note. I'm not in communication with them at the moment, but I know they are usually listening.
That's okay. I was just telling them to calm down because they're.
I understand
Yeah.
that you are psychic, and I wanted it to be known that we would eventually find out what was said.
Is your Bartholomew that Bartholomew?
Yeah.
What Bartholomew?
The
Butler
butler?
Bartholomew.
No. Interesting coincidence. Yeah.
Yes, I checked out the Butler Bartholomew and he seemed really professional.
Honestly, we would have loved to have had names that all lined up with everything that worked. We should have replaced Bartholomew, but the man is a perfectionist.
Okay.
So
Is that the reason?
Well, it is difficult to maintain
Mm.
a personality that is so involved in someone's life.
Mm.
To replace Bartholomew would be a tall task. To replace strangers arriving on a ship, not so much.
Are the twins in the building right now, or are they?
They are part of our ship's crew,
Oh, that's good.
so they are likely next door.
Might I ask? I thought this. You obviously in Zone Truth could say your name was Oscar. Why didn't you just legally change your name to Oscar before that, so you could do it before everyone
That
else?
would have been
But we
really smart.
hadn't.
But why?
Didn't occur to us.
But why?
But why?
It's really good.
It would have been more efficient.
We were doing excellently
Yes. Sorry.
Until you weren't.
Again.
until we very much weren't.
Because of one simple thing. The name.
You're really not careful not blowing our cover either.
Yeah.
You were nice enough to
Kinda
answer
freaked
those
us out a bit.
questions. We assumed that you were trying to rumble our disguises. That is incorrect. That's a lie.
Yeah, we were definitely
Yeah.
trying to run
That
this.
one was trying to have us executed.
Yeah, but we didn't know that it was you guys. We just thought someone stole our friends' faces.
I still would've wanted
Yes,
to
and I
do
understand that that can be jarring, but you understand as well that we weren't really expecting you all to show up and be friends with the strangers that we chose to impersonate.
Yeah, but we need to keep track of what we did. We don't get out of the loop. Kind of important to be here.
I didn't know there was a loop. I didn't know you people were involved in this. I thought the last thing that the strangers I hired to kill a world leader, I thought the last thing that that group of people would do is show up to the trial where they find out who done it.
Well, we weren't
Forgive
going
me
to.
for thinking of that.
That's fair. We weren't going to, but it just kind of happened.
I mean, it's interesting to see.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm sure it will be.
I mean, who are they going to pin the blame on?
Well,
Yeah, actually, at the
honestly,
end of the day.
we were thinking of throwing you guys under the bus.
Well, that's just
Wow.
rude.
Well, now the plan's going to need to change, isn't it?
Yeah.
I hope so.
It's good we're here then. So wait, you definitely don't know where our friends are. That was true.
That is true.
Okay. Do you know how we'd find out where They were.
These guys have
We could find out for you
information
if
on
it was
everyone
worth
all the
doing.
time. Like the first thing they did
Was he-
when we came into the city was
You
I'm
don't
being
happen
quiet.
to know anything about
tell me
the
how to
attack
deal
that
with and
happened that we were
thinking,
talking about?
They
Do
know
you?
everything all the time.
Yes, that was us.
I thought so.
Hmm.
Do you know how we find out where people
They
find
can't,
out?
they can't tell on you if they're dead. And Arvel could have.
Yeah, new information's come up. We need them alive.
I don't particularly want them alive, but the best case scenario at the moment is they might have something that will help us find our friends.
Yeah, that's,
They do.
Yes, if it was worthwhile.
it's very worthwhile. We need them for our shenanigans.
We suspect that should Oscar and Maltera become involved fully, that things will end much more negatively for the Drow.
Oh no, we wouldn't want that.
Your sarcasm is noted.
Is,
Yeah.
I was planning for it
is
to be.
your dragonborn with you?
Yeah, is your dragonborn with you?
He is somewhere in the city, yes.
I'll finally be able to outshine them.
Soren's biggest crush.
I think Sam's as well.
He's kind of.
I'll finally actually be able to outshine them.
Yes. Draxus is in the city. He is exploring. I believe he is going undercover as part of the... Well, as part of the Church of Paladin Bahamut.
I also already quite like Arvel, so it's fine.
He has a drag.
By the way, there was a mild issue to execute me if I start dancing near
Yeah,
the
that's
Bahamut Church. Or
That-
anywhere. If any paladins of Bahamut see me, I'm to be executed.
Well, it seems that that's something that you should avoid doing.
Yeah.
Is dancing in front of the paladins.
Oh yeah,
Well, I kind of really want to.
we mentioned earlier, and you said you knew Maynark. We're trying to figure out what his alignment is. I'm so confused. I don't know if like he's on board with us
I don't
or if like
care. Where
he's with
is-
Good
them.
save there.
I'm so confused.
To our knowledge, Brother Maynark is in on the plan, and the last we heard was that he was a betrayer.
What
Wait,
plan
you-
is this?
He's been confused with us.
Perfect.
Were they? in
You
the
are
room?
not on a need-to-know basis for that plan.
I am, if it's in any danger to this society.
Mm,
Sorry, just to clarify. Were they in the room when we said that we knew and had resurrected Maynark?
no.
Okay, good.
Is there any way you can possibly try and find Maynark?
I believe he was set to be killed.
Yes,
The
but
last
do you
I
know where
heard.
his body is?
No,
Yeah, it went missing.
that was not our business.
I have plans.
I believe Father Antioch, before his death, was supposed to deal with it.
Oh, he died?
Yeah,
You've
we
seen the
walked by the
battlement.
sword.
Some people just lose swords. I lost a sword.
He lost his life in the battle,
Oh.
That's terrible.
Who was
as
that?
did the vast majority.
Is the entire church there?
Adopted.
Yes,
It's a shame. He was very.
obliterated.
Oh.
What was his deal in the...
What's his
Why have you
deal?
met him out of character?
He was running the church where we went when we were working.
He's adopted.
He's the one that told us to kill Maynark. And then we did, but not on purpose.
It's like the person that raised Nido, but he's not real dad.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I think it's fair to say that we are in a position where both of us needs the other one to remain quiet.
Mm-hmm.
I've shared my secret. I know some of what's happened to you.
Hey, what was your memory that got unlocked?
I was modified to believe I was Oscar.
Oh.
Oh. Huh.
I modified my own memories.
Oh, that's boring.
Oh.
I was gonna be
That's
like,
very
oh, new
impressive.
conspiracy.
No.
That's smart. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Fair enough. Interesting.
So I was truthful when I said everything I said as Oscar.
Still interesting.
But you can understand why I was less than forthcoming with a plan once that was removed.
That does make sense.
So there's still definitely. Is there a way to find the actual Ulster and Molterra?
I'm sure I could locate them if the motivation was there,
Okay, so they're definitely alive.
to my knowledge.
Okay.
I believe killing them proved more than we were prepared for.
Yeah, they're quite.
Yes, even with the combined explosion of all three ships, I believe they survived the impact.
They would do that.
Although,
That's more than I did.
although there were.
So does start pacing the room. Like
Soren, after you say that, looks visibly relaxed.
Mm.
Relaxes for a minute.
So we stabbed them 47 times to make sure.
However,
Mhm.
your involvement was not foreseen.
Sorry.
Yeah, we have a habit of that.
Truth be told, we were surprised when you didn't show up in the Underdark. It is
Okay.
Were we supposed to?
Oh,
is that
yes.
what happens when you fall into the shadow?
supposed to be that when you fall into the darkness of I believe you're entitled to know certain things.
Mhm.
When you fall into the Chained One's darkness,
Mhm.
you are usually under drow conditions.
Huh.
We have certain influences we can exert.
Which part of
I know
the
you have no
Underdark?
knowledge of the Chained One, but I'm sure you will one day find out.
What chained one? What does that mean? What is a chained one?
She sort of leans forward a little bit and steeples her fingers. The drow are set to take over the world.
Oh.
And that's where we'll end this week's session.
Fuck!
Delightful. Simply delightful.
Simply delightful.
Simply
She's so
delightful.
cool.
Delightful.
So, have a wonderful week, everybody. I hope everybody has a good week.
And Merry Christmas.
And Merry Christmas. Bye, guys.
See ya.
Bye.